Hello, I'm Hansi Parchment. You're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.
I think the uniqueness of the Reggae Girls is they embody the national motto of Jamaica, which is out of many one people. So when you look at the entirety of the Jamaica squad, you have dark-skinned girls, mixed-race girls, girls who have black and Asian in them. You also have the homegrown players, so like your Bunny Shaw, your Konya Plummer, your Den Blackwood. So what that means in terms of from a grassroots perspective is girls who are born in Jamaica can look at a Bunny Shaw and hear that authentic accent and say, you know, if Bunny can make it, then so can I. Once you hear that authenticity, that raw Jamaican accent, they should be able to look at a Bunny Shaw who's now a captain to say, if Bunny can do it, especially if you come from the same community, the same parish as her, if she can do it, then so can we.
It's great to be here. I know that you're probably the biggest supporters of the Reggae Girls. So what you do and the message that you spread for the girls, it's really appreciated.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Crystal, I gotta give it to her. I've heard a lot of guys say she's the reason why they start off to watch female football. And so that's one of the reasons why I'm pushing her out there to keep on doing your thing. Don't get discouraged. You have a band of brothers behind you. And what we try to do is to get female who think like you, you know, in the game. Right, Siobhan?
Yeah,
so enough respect to you, Crystal, and keep fighting.
Yeah, because as you mentioned, a lot of persons, because I think the Reggae Girls has been the most successful team in our football, and I think a lot of that was underrated. So what you've done for the local aspect of Jamaicans, you brought that sense of admiration to the persons know that, hey, it's not just the boys, the females as well. The females have the love as well. And honestly, if it wasn't for someone like you, Crystal, the YouTube space would just be crowded with the Reggae Boyz, Reggae Boyz, Reggae Boyz.
Yeah. So we do, you know, we have lots of respect.
You know, so I could touch base with her again at some point and see if she's up for an interview. But she did say yes before. It's just that I recognize that at the time there must have been a lot that she was going through, hence not pushing and asking for the interview. But I think it can be done.
Sorry to interject here, but you know, I must take this moment out to say thank you. You are such a being. You don't only look out selfishly for yourself. And as a broadcasting journalist as I am, and for the 40 odd years that I'm in the business, we when we're going after that story, we tend not to give hoots about what pains or atrocities it may cause when hunting that story. And so it takes a man and a woman who shares the pain of others to really look into it and say, no, you know what, by me pushing I can cause or create certain pain, and I wouldn't want that, so let me ease back a bit. It takes it because you see, we can get lost in the realm of collecting and dispensing information. You know, we can get caught up in that, you know, just to make a headline, just to get the notes out there. And I applaud you for using this kind of foresight to look deep in it and say, you know what, she may be in a spot. You're not saying she was in a spot. She may be in a spot. So let me take a step back and allow time to process this thing. So I raise my hat to you, you know, for that. You're a stalwart, and I entrust and I hope and pray that you'll continue in this vein, because you are the creme de la creme, and no one can take your spot. Just remember that. No one can take your spot. Others will come and try to do, and others may label them as doing better than, but there's no one can take that first place from you. He's always first and will always be first.
Thank you. I appreciate that. My followers, how are you all? Good afternoon, good evening, possibly good morning. All depends on where you are in the world. Welcome back to another live stream. What's that? Less than 24 hours ago? Pretty sure I was sat here with you guys last night talking about the Reggae Girls, all things Reggae Girls. And yes, my intro must include the Reggae Girls, even when it's not match day for the women's national team of the Black, Gold, and Green. I'm rocking my jersey tonight, and I'm hoping you guys are as well. I'm saying tonight because obviously for most of you I'm between 5 to 6 hours ahead of you guys, so I've already had my dinner. So let me know what's on the dinner menu. You know, it's Saturday soup day, so I've already consumed my soup, chicken soup this week. Last week I went for a beef soup option. This week, keeping it simple, went for the chicken soup option. So let me know what you guys are having on your dinner menu today. Eat for both of us, because when you're doing these live streams, I can't speak for others, but me doing these live streams, I tend to build up an appetite. And I'm sure you guys have already figured that out already, because whenever I'm doing a live stream, at some point I'm telling you that I'm hungry. When I'm done the stream, when I finish with the stream, I'm going to go and get something to eat. So that's how it usually is. So I hope the weekend's been kind to you all. I hope the weekend is treating you well. As I've said, it is match day, and we're into the World Cup qualifiers, right back into the World Cup qualifiers pertaining to the men's senior national team of the Black, Gold, and Green. And I'm saying 2026, that is World Cup 2026, next year, hosted by, co-hosted, I should say, 3 nations. I'm pretty sure you guys know who those 3 nations are. If you have forgotten, let me go ahead and give you a gentle reminder. The FIFA Men's 2026 World Cup will be hosted by Canada, Mexico, and the USA. What does that mean for Jamaica? Is this the easiest World Cup qualifiers to date? I'll say yes, it is. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know in the comment section if you guys think we'll qualify for next year's FIFA Men's World Cup. Again, co-hosted by 3 nations. So where do I start? I'm trying to figure out how to get things started. Let me just peep into the comment section and see what you guys are saying. Wayne Evans, you was the first one through the door. I hope you're in good health. Pick up yourself, Mr. Wayne Evans. I think that is Ja Entertainment. ENT, abbreviation for entertainment, right? You said up like 7. I hope you are in good health. And Mr. Beckford, how are you, Mr. Beckford? I hope you're in good health as well. Good evening to you all. You're saying, how are you on lunch at work, and we'll be here till it's up. Thank you so much. And of course, if anyone in the comment section feels like, if you're in the mood to jump on the live stream with myself, of course, you are more than welcome to it, hence leaving the link to the stream. You know my golden rule: keep it simple, keep it professional. Please don't attack no one. Please don't disrespect no one, be it myself, any potential guests, and of course, the guys in the comment section. And I must stress also the talking topic, that be it the backroom staff, the head coach for the men's team is Mr. Steve McLaren, his backroom staff, and subsequently the players, right? So it's quite simple. I don't really have many golden rules, so I don't really think I'm asking for much, or am I? And again, before I forget my manners, thank you so much to each and every one of you who have followed me along my journey. Last night, we hit a milestone. We hit 5K subscribers last night. We actually surpassed 5K subscribers last night. So thank you very much to those of you who have subscribed to the channel over the years and continue to give me those show of support, right? I definitely appreciate your support each and every time. But as I said, guys, it is match day, and I'm trying to work out in my head which direction to go with. World Cup 2026 is a must. Let me know what you guys feel about that. While you're there, if you haven't hit the like button, I am not sure what you're waiting on. It does not cost a penny. Please do go ahead and hit the like button. So in the midst of all that chatting, let's go ahead and take a little quick peep over on the Jamaica Football Federation's, I hate saying this word, X. I'm just, part of me just always wants to say Twitter. So we know X is formerly known as Twitter, but I don't know if it's ignorance. I feel like it's not ignorance. I just think Twitter is such a better word. So we're heading over to X, again, formerly known as Twitter, to see what the Jamaica Football Federation are up to. Let's check in to see if they've posted the starting 11. Let's go ahead and see what's over there. I hope I don't get no copyright for any videos that pop up. And you can see here, Road to 2026. That game there against Guatemala. You can see as the backdrop there for the Jamaica Football Federation's X accounts, taking place on June 10th. That is next week. I think that might be next week, Tuesday. If I'm correct, correct me in the comment section if I'm incorrect, but I think that is next week, Tuesday, June 10th, against Guatemala. And that is another World Cup qualifier there at the national office. So that is Kingston, Jamaica, at the national stadium, also known as the office, right? So let's scroll down and see what the guys are up to. Clearly there's nothing there. Let me actually do something quickly. Maybe I need to give this one a little refresh, or perhaps they've dropped it over on their Instagram account. So in a short while, I'm going to check their Instagram. There's nothing pertaining to this starting 11 for against tonight's opponents. Tonight's opponents is the British Virgin Islands. And here's how we're looking. Posted a few hours ago from the Jamaica Football Federation, and this is the lads there. They're going on a little stroll. I like this little stroll. Hopefully that's where the strolling stop. We don't really want to see no strolling when the game is underway. So you can see a couple of the lads, the vice captain here at the front, that is Damien Lowe, and the skipper at the back with his head down, that is the Captain Fantastic, Mr. Andre Blake. And also we have Romario. I know a lot of you are Romario Williams fan, so there he is, the trio, taking a little walk some hours ago, probably early in the morning, British Virgin Islands time. And you've also got Amari Bell as well. Couple of the other players there. You got Russell and Greg Lee. Greg Lee's name eluded me for a second. You got a couple of the new lads there as well, but be interesting to see the starting 11, to see what Steve McLaren, who he goes with. And of course, that game there that I touched on earlier on, pertaining to the next match on the cards, where the World Cup qualifiers are concerned, Road to 2026, Guatemala. So if you're in Jamaica, and let me just check if the 10th is a Tuesday. Yes, it is a Tuesday, guys. It's Tuesday. If you're in Jamaica and you fancy watching some football, why not make your way to the National Stadium? This one, I believe, is a 6 o'clock kickoff. So you should be able to get to the stadium after work. You shouldn't, depending on how far you are from the National Stadium, to be honest with you. But surely your manager can let you out a little bit early. It's about being a patriot. You're doing it for the nation. If your manager can't back your nation, then that's not a good manager, is it? Big up to yourself, Renato. He says the best. Hello, Queen. Taloa TV. Shout out to yourself. I hope you are in good health. So, all right, guys. So, where do we go? I'm trying to segue. I need to segue at some point. I'm just trying to figure which direction to head into. I will come back to this one here. Actually, let me go ahead and see what the Jamaica Football Federation's Instagram account is saying, because sometimes they actually post on the Instagram before they post up on X, is going to say Twitter again. And of course, yes, they have done so. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place that graphic there from the Jamaican Football Federation's Instagram account, and I'm going to show it on the screen in front of you, and we could go through tonight's starting 11. Again, I'm saying tonight because I'm about 5 to 6 hours ahead of the majority of you. I know it's the afternoon if you're in Jamaica and across the pond. If you're in Europe, then it is most certainly evening hours. Okay, so let's go ahead and open up the starting 11, and I'm going to bring that on the screen for you. We can look at the starting 11 together and perhaps discuss the starting 11. Also, the big omission. How do you guys feel about can we say the accent? The accent, should I say that loosely, or should I be firm with the accent there? What appears to be the accent of Mr. Boza, Mr. Shamar Nicholson. Let's go ahead and look at the starting 11. I'm pretty much of a simple read. I'm going to keep it simple, which means I'm going to be reading out from the back through to the front. So between the sticks, we have Andre Blake. To complete the starting 11, we have Lambakisa, vice captain, Damian Lowe, Holgate, Lee, King, Gray, Russell, Brown, Dixon, and Cephas. And on the bench, we have the two goalkeepers there, Davis, Waits. We also have Kyle Ming, Bell, Latibade, Morrison, that is Ravel Morrison. He's marked his return. Also have Bailey, Tyrese Campbell, Burrell, Palmer, Williams, and Atkinson. Let me know what you guys make of the starting 11. I guess I should just hold that on the screen temporarily, and also it will give me an opportunity to segue into some other talking points leading up to this game. So how I usually do it, I usually tend to look at the last five, but I guess before I go into the last five, just to reiterate, this is a World Cup qualifier. Host nation is on the screen in front of you, and tonight's host nation is the British Virgin Islands. Again, this is a fixture here in the World Cup qualifiers for the FIFA 2026 Men's World Cup, co-hosted by three nations: Canada, Mexico, and USA. I'm sure if you're a fan of football, if you've been following football, you know how this works pertaining to host nations. They're pretty much given a seat at the table because we're going to their home. And so they've automatically been qualified. So Canada, Mexico, USA, job done. Adding to those three nations who have already qualified, we also have Japan. I know we have a little bit of I don't even know how to describe this one, because of course, you know, the men's national team where Jamaica and the Reggae Boyz are concerned, and Japan, we both made our debut back in 1998. And it's safe to say that that's the only thing we have in common with Japan. Japan have also qualified for the World Cup, and get this, guys, to reiterate, sound a little bit like a broken record, but this will be their 8th successive World Cup. 8th successive World Cup, and we made our debut with alongside Japan back in 1998. It's a little bit sad, isn't it? Aside from Japan, a couple other nations there who have already qualified to complete the set so far. We've got the likes of New Zealand, Iran, Argentina, Uzbekistan, also the likes of Korea Republic, and Jordan, and the list will continue to grow. Let me know if you guys think we will qualify this time round. I've heard some of you in the comment section, you've said this is the easiest route yet. It remains to be seen if that is the case. Pick up yourself. And Ramsey, I hope you are in good health. And if you are just tuning in, I do hope that you go ahead and kindly hit the like button. We have under an hour to go until kickoff. Let me know if you're having any troubles watching the game itself, and perhaps I'll be able to help redirect you to the appropriate destination. I think depending on your location, perhaps you might need a VPN. So if you're having any troubles watching tonight's game, let me know, and I will drop you some suggestion, or say drop you some suggestion, tell you where you can go ahead and watch the game. Right. So going back to what I was saying, like I said, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be doing a couple segues tonight, just to get us all on the same page. I think the next thing that we could potentially remind ourselves as it relates to tonight's game is, should I do the table with you guys now, or maybe closer to kickoff I can do the tables? So to remind you guys about tonight's match, round 2, or I should say the second round. This is the second round. Of course, we know in terms of the World Cup qualifiers where CONCACAF is concerned, this one dates back to June 2024, and it's going through, so June 2024 and June 2025, and we're at the second round. I keep saying round 2, remind myself of boxing, but the second round of the CONCACAF qualifiers, again for the FIFA 2026 World Cup. So this one here at this stage features the round 1 winners and the Confederation's remaining 28 member association that are also FIFA members, excluding the 3 World Cup hosts. I've already touched on the 3 World Cup hosts, but to reiterate, those 3 World Cup hosts are Canada, Mexico, and the United States. And as I said, this journey here, current cycle, began in June of last year, so June 2024, with the first 30 matches, and will resume in June, currently where we're at. So adding to that, the conclusion of the second round of play, so this current round of play, where each team will play a total of 4 matches, so that be it 2 home and 2 away. The group winners and runners up, 12 teams in total, will progress to the third and final round. So to reiterate, most important takeaway from all of that is the group winners and runners up, 12 teams in total, will progress to the third and final round. Let me know how that one sounds. Also, I guess I should probably do a poll in the comment section. Should I hit you guys with a poll? Why not? Let me go ahead and give you guys a nice little poll. Well, should I do the abbreviation? So BVI is British Virgin Islands. Let me just say. And you guys can go ahead and answer that poll for me. And I probably will change the poll throughout the night. It's very simple question, yes or no. Thank you to those of you who've already hit the like button. It does not cost you a penny. Maverick, good day to yourself. I hope you are in good health. So where else can we look, guys? The starting 11 is right there on the screen in front of you. I will read it out once more. Between the sticks, we have the captain, and the captain is Andre Blake. To complete the starting 11, we have Dexter Lambakisa, as well as vice captain Damian Lowe, Holgate, Lee, King, Gray, Russell, Brown, Dixon, and Cephas. Interesting. I've just like latched onto the front three there. What do you guys make of the front front three? I do want to see Cephas put the ball in the back of the net this time round. I say this time round because I'm obviously making reference to his performance, in applaudable performance from the Unity Cup, and we'll probably touch on that closer to kickoff, right? So I'd love to see him put his name on the score sheet. I'd love to see him grab a brace, bare minimum. Would absolutely love if he grabbed a brace. And let me know what you guys make of our starting 11, and also send me your score predictions. The stream works best when you guys are engaging with myself. So when I have something to work with in the comment section, it is a bit of a give and take. I speak with you guys and you guys speak back. So please do make sense. Do make use of the comment section, right? And let's go ahead, and I guess I could just segue and look at the groups. Some of you probably wondering what groups are we in. I've already explained the format and who or how many teams qualify to the next round, so I don't think I need to touch on that. We are in Group E, so let me go ahead and switch the tab there for you guys, and we can look at Group E. We can look at who else is in Group E, and again, top 2 from this stage goes through to the next stage. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the CONCACAF. You can see there in bold, CONCACAF World Cup Qualifiers table. And let me scroll down and find what's relevant to us. So as I said, we are in Group E, and as it relates to our nation, there you got Guatemala sitting, hopefully temporarily above us. And it seems above us, having played 1 game more. You can see that they've played 3, we've played 2. They have 9 points in their back pocket, whereas we have 3. Completing our group is Dominican Republic, Dominica, and also tonight's opponents, British Virgin Islands. They currently sit rock bottom of Group E on 0 points. So let me just go through that again. Guatemala out in front, having played 1 game more than Jamaica, and we're actually the only ones in our group who have currently played the least amount of games. You can see the likes of Dominican Republic, Dominica, and British Virgin Islands. You can see 3 games there played for each of those countries. So we currently again have 3 points. Dominican Republic and Dominica, they have 3 points apiece. And to reiterate, British Virgin Islands have 0 points in their back pockets. How are you guys feeling about tonight? Let me know what your score predictions are. Maverick is going for a thumping win, it seems. He says 2-0 halftime to Jamaica and 5-0 full time. I like that. Man of God, I hope you are in great health, sir. I hope you and your loved ones are in good health. Good evening to yourself. Likewise, forgive me, forgive my manners. Extend that over to Maverick and Anne as well, in case I haven't said that. It wasn't deliberate. I hope you're all in good health. Wayne, where have you been? I gave you a little shout out earlier on. I hope you're in good health, Wayne. Good evening to yourself. So let me know how you guys make keep those score predictions coming, by the way. So Man of God is going for a 7-0. I think you guys are probably expecting to see us get as close to double figures as possible, because it is the British Virgin Islands. No disrespect to the British Virgin Islands, and I say because it is the British Virgin Islands, not to be disrespectful, but if I take a little pause, and I guess what we could do is look at the last 5. I do like to look at my last 5 games between each nations when I'm trying to summarize how the game, or predict how the game could pan out. So I guess what we could do is just pause temporarily and go ahead and look at the last 5 matches, right? So we can look at the form of these two nations there. Again, tonight's game is hosted by British Virgin Islands, and you can see their results. Their results pretty much speaks for itself. Guys, if you are just coming onto the live stream, please do use your manners. Hit the like button. It does not cost you a penny. Also, kindly go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It's not going to make you broke. All that you're doing is helping me to grow the channel, and I think it's the least that I deserve. I'm not asking you to put your hands in your pocket. I'm not asking you for a super chat. I'm simply asking you to hit the like button and also hit the subscribe button as well. Okay. So let me go back and look at that screen there in front of me. So again, you can see the last 5 matches there for British Virgin Islands, and it's not a pretty read, is it? Only 1 draw, which could probably the most positive, not probably, most certainly the most positive results there for the British Virgin Islands. And this came against St. Vincent and the Grenadines. You can see they shared the points on that night's occasion in a 1-1 draw. And this might have been even a friendly, if memory serves me well. But if we go ahead, and yes, it was a friendly, because you can see the ones that are CONCACAF competitions, and you could also see the World Cup friendlies and so on. So to read that one out to you guys, they lost 5 games against various countries. So against Dominica, they lost that one 3-0. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, they drew 1-1. Dominican Republic, they lost 4-0. Guatemala, they also lost that one 3-0. And Puerto Rico, they lost 3-1. So you're guaranteed to find the back of the net. No disrespect to British Virgin Islands, because clearly the results does speak for itself. Clearly they struggle to be compact defensively. Again, the results does speak for itself. And more importantly, I guess for them, not only are they leaking at the back, they're not exactly firing on all cylinders, if any. Again, going with what's in front of us in terms of their last 5 results. And for Jamaica, you should be more familiar with how things have panned out where we're concerned. Our results, a bit like the British Virgin Islands, also speaks for itself. Last 2 games there, which we discussed, came from the Unity Cup. First up, it was the 3-2 win against Trinidad and Tobago, and we all know what happened in the final against Nigeria. It was 2-2 inside full time, inside the 90+ minutes played. Subsequently, we went on to losing that one 5-4, and what that meant is that Nigeria, the Super Eagles, lifted the Unity Cup deservedly so. Backtracking a little bit as well, you can see a couple of other games and the results there on the screens in front of you, as that one loss in the last 5 matches. Irrespective of the results, I do think that we're dare I say, guaranteed to win this one. I'm excited to see how we play, especially coming off the back end of the Unity Cup. So some positives there where the Unity Cup is concerned, pertaining to individual performances. Again, to reiterate, my player of the Unity Cup for Jamaica. And had I watched the other games where Ghana and Nigeria are concerned with their matches, I probably, or irrespective of, I will definitely throw his, Ronaldo Cephas' name in the player of the tournament. I don't even know if they had a player of the tournament. If they did, I would have thrown his name into the hat, right? That was 5-goal involvement there across those 2 games they played, again against Nigeria and also our Caribbean rivals, Trinidad and Tobago. On the second occasion, so the second match where Nigeria concerned, to reiterate, fair play to Ronaldo Cephas, appears to be someone who's receptive to criticism. I'm hoping we can see that response in tonight's game against the British Virgin Islands. Instant impact, that's something that we're probably not used to seeing when it comes to the Reggae Boyz. And I don't want to say this is the new norm, because I don't really want to speak too soon, but I think we can all agree that in the past we have seen on occasions where we go a goal down, or we're trailing by some distance and our head just immediately drop as if the stuffing had been knocked out of us. Interesting to see that that wasn't the case during the Unity Cup. And I'm hoping that we'll see more of the same on today's occasion, right? So Ronaldo Cephas, great to see that he's in the starting 11. I'm hoping that we can see that relationship building there between Ronaldo, Cephas, and also Dixon. That seems to be drumming up an exciting partnership where those two are concerned. Also, keen to see the input of Warner Brown as well. If you guys want me to go ahead and give you that starting 11 again, do let me know and I'll be more than happy to do so. Matter of fact, why not bring back that starting 11 on the screen in front of you? If some of you are just joining, let me go ahead and read out that starting 11 for you. We've got Blake, Lambakisa, Lowe, Holgate, Lee, King, Gray, Russell, Brown, Dixon, and Cephas. They all make up the starting 11. On the bench, we have Davis, Waite, Ming, Bell, Latibade, Morrison, Bailey, Campbell, Burrell, Palmer, Williams, Atkinson. Has the gaffer been a little bit cutthroat, or is it something that you expect given the context? And of course, the context is the opponents. Is this what you expected from McLaren? And, you know, obviously you can see there that Bailey starts this one off on the bench. Is that something that you expected? Did you expect to see Bailey and Demarai Gray starting off on the bench? Let me know. Has this been cutthroat? Let me know in the comment section. But I am pleased with the starting 11, and I am expecting to see a number of goals. I want to see assists and goals scored from my front 3. Interesting to see how we anchor things and tie things down in the midfield. So I'm sure some of you are going to be keeping your eyes on Russell. Russell is a player that plenty of people have advocated for. And I say people, and I'm referring to new media in terms of the content creators advocating for Russell, also advocating for Morrison as well. So guys, we are under 30 minutes to go until kickoff. Thank you to those of you who have already hit the like button. It is indeed match day, British Virgin Islands versus the Reggae Boyz in we're into the second round there, where Group E is concerned for the World Cup qualifiers. Again, the World Cup takes place next year, hosted by 3 nations, the USA, Canada, and Mexico. So let me see what you guys are saying in the comments section. Wayne Evans just getting off work in Bush County, H-Town. Is that Houston? Bush Country H-Town, is that Houston? I might have got that so wrong. Correct me if I have. 64 of you watching. Please do go ahead and hit the like button. Radane Forbes, is that how I pronounce your name? He's saying, where can we watch the match? Where are you based, first and foremost? And I'll be able to answer that one for you. Knight Rider, I hope you are in good health. Likewise, Radane, I hope you're in good health as well. The lady on the screen. I like that. Justin, good day to yourself, Justin. Justin says, seems to be why do I always look right when I could just look ahead? So it says here that 4-2-2-2 formation is what Justin is predicting. I'm trying to multitask, guys. Okay, so I need to send someone a link. So just bear with me while I do that. I'm sorry, it's a little bit rude of me, but I need to send someone a link for the show. So just bear with me. I just received a message just now, and I'm trying to see if I can get that done. Right. And again, guys, tell me what's on the dinner menu. I've jumped at here. I've told you guys I got some Saturday's chicken soup. Let me know what's on your dinner menu. So Justin says, I think the coach is still feeling up his team and players and using these moments to do so as well as expected. And, you know, I think, no disrespect to tonight's host, but British Virgin Islands is where you should be able to just relax, you know, relax your muscles a bit and, you know, test out a couple players. And I think it's safe to say the likes of Dixon and Cephas, just picking out those two players there, and Russell as well. They definitely earned their stripes. Not to say the rest of the starting 11 haven't earned their stripe, but in recent matches, you know, look at the circumstances that led to Russell being recalled. I know you can throw Morrison in there. Morrison is a bit like Marmite to most people. Either like him or you don't. But yeah, I think a couple of those players most certainly have earned their recall. So Wayne is saying yes, Texas. I figured, I'm sure I've heard H-Town before. So professional pro club FIFA 20. Good day to yourself. So what if it is 1-0 at halftime? If it is 1-0 at halftime, I'll be surprised. Why don't you stay with me? Stick with me to find out if it is going to be 1-0. Can we pull this one to close to, I mean, you guys, if you could go ahead and hit the like button, can we get 50 likes before the game kicks off? I'll be very appreciative if we could do that. We've got, let's say, maybe 23 minutes until kickoff. So if you haven't hit the like button, I'm not really sure what you're waiting on. It does not cost you a penny. Again, let me know where you're based and where let me know where you're based, and I'll be able to maybe point you in the right direction pertaining to where to watch the game. If you are, let's say, across the pond, maybe in the United States, potentially Jamaica, you might need a VPN. Usually CONCACAF does have you covered, but you might need a VPN to tune into the game, okay? And I need to make sure that I'm able to watch the game, because if I can't, then I won't be able to give you guys a watch along. But I'm fairly confident that I'll be able to find something for you guys, right? So let's go ahead and see what else. So it looks as if, well, according to Google, I take Google with a pinch of salt. Let me just remove that starting 11 there. I take Google with a pinch of salt in terms of what's in front of me. So they've gone with a 4-3-3 formation. So that's different to the formation that I saw in the comment section. I saw a different formation in the comment section. So they've gone with a 4-3-3 formation, and this is how it looks. You can see there Damian Lowe dropping into midfield alongside Russell. That's Jonathan Russell. And you've got Damari Gray to the left. And in the front three, we have Dixon, Cephas, Brown, backline. I don't know why I'm reading this so backwards. Backline consists of Greg Lee, Richard King, Holgate, Lambakisa, and between the sticks, as expected, is Low. And I've already given you guys your bench, so you can go ahead and cast your eyes on the bench. So based on what you guys have said in the comment section, no one is expecting a loss. If I go ahead and look at the the poll saying 94% is 94% of you have gone with a Reggae Boyz win. So again, guys, do keep the comments going because that will help me to. Jesus, what the hell? I've sent the wrong thing. I've sent the wrong thing, guys. Let me go ahead and do that again. Bear with me, guys. Let me just go ahead and do something quickly. Don't know how the hell that happened just then, but let me try that. Why is it doing that? Okay, let's go ahead and drop something in the comment section. I'm gonna drop a link to the show in the comment section. Do ignore it. It's for my purpose. I say ignore it unless you want to come and join the live stream. But I'm dropping it down there for my purpose. All right. It's kind of weird that it's doing that, but just bear with me, guys. I need to send something to someone. I haven't got a clue. Okay. Okay, managed to get that bit sorted. So DC is saying, greetings, Talawa TV 5K. Sure does look good on you. Up. Made some veggie burgers, even baked my own burger buns. Oh, wow. That sounds delightful. Again, I went with my Saturday soup, but to each their own. No one has to follow no tradition. I considered not doing it. Leon Abbott, I'm almost certain that you don't want to co-host with me or be a panelist. But if you do, I'm more than happy to bring you on screen. But I won't, because I'm certain that that's not why you're in the studio. So I'll allow you to figure things out in your own time. So let me go ahead and pin that at the top of the screen. Again, if you're trying to watch the game a bit like myself, you could also you could always rely on CONCACAF. CONCACAF should have you covered. Don't shoot me. You might just need a VPN to lock in. All right. So guys, what's that? We've got under 20 minutes to go until we could kick off against the British Virgin Islands. Thank you those of you who have already hit the like button. Your support does not go unnoticed. I can see that my phone is going off, but I don't actually have access to it at the moment. So whoever that is, I should be with you maybe at halftime or full time, okay? Okay, so what else should we discuss? I think DC, probably throw me your predictions. Let me know what your predictions are for the game. No one so far is expecting a loss. We're all expecting a win. And I'm not even going to entertain the possibility of us losing this one. Surely it cannot happen. It will not happen. That's not me being cocky. That's me judging or analyzing, predicting what could happen based on our form and also the British Virgin Islands form. They seem to have a problem not only scoring goals, but also preventing their opponents from doing so. Knight Rider said, it's time for the boys to realize their destiny. I want to fight. I want to see unity. I want a team that cares about its fans and its reputation. Beautifully put. I think, I think we're probably at that point. I think we are at that point. Also great to see the likes of, let's say, if we look at that bench again. So where is that in front of you? Look at the bench. Great to see someone like a Leon Bailey being rested, Palmer rested, as well as Morrison. I know people can say that, do they deserve to start, especially where Bailey is concerned, and that's not drawing him out, but I think it would have been unfair to drop let's say Dixon. Would Dixon have deserved to be dropped? I don't think so. And let me know what you guys make of what appears to be the accent of Shamar Nicholson, Mr. Boza himself. What do you guys make of that? Do you think the gaffer Steve McLaren has washed his hands of him, or do you think, you know, next time round we will see him? It's not over and out. Let me know in the comment section. I know that's rubbed a lot of people up the wrong way, given the fact that he is appearing to contradict himself. He's saying one thing and doing another. And also, he has selected a player that hasn't played no football since the latter stages of last year. So that is way back in December. That's what now, some 7 months. If it's not 7 months, it's probably 7 months and counting there or about, right? So he's definitely managed to successfully rub people up the wrong way with that one. Let me know how you guys are feeling about the exclusion of Boza, and in return, the inclusion of Antonio, Mr. Michael Antonio. Again, I do want to stress, players quite obviously don't pick themselves. It's not a dig at Antonio. He's not in charge of no player call up. You know, this is to do with the Gold Cup selection, not the World Cup selection. Michael Antonio called up to the Gold Cup. Not going to be seeing Boza either at the World Cup qualifiers at this stage or the Gold Cup, it appears. So Professional Pro Clubs FIFA 20 saying that he's going to need a protest like Ravelo to come back. Yeah, I think so. It's pressure does bust pipe, doesn't it? Pressure most certainly bust pipe where McLaren is concerned. It doesn't seem like he's a person that can take pressure. You pressure him too much and he will fold. Not sure if that's a good sign or not. It's good to see him do what is regarded as the right thing, but yeah, I'm not sure if that's a positive outlook or not. What do you guys think? Maybe you guys can guide me on that one. Can you guys help to guide me? Should we go ahead and look at the Gold Cup players there, the players who have been called up to the Gold Cup? I see someone asks about Bobby Reed, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just take a quick glance at the comment section. So someone says, Kedar, am I pronouncing your name right? I hope that I have. So this one is for you, right? So bring you on the same page as us since you asked. Let's go ahead and look at the Gold Cup selection there. Fairly similar to the World Cup qualifiers selection. So this is a Gold Cup roster. Goalkeepers selection consists of the captain Andre Blake, followed by Jamali Waits and Shaquan Davis. Defense consists of Dexter Lambakista, Joel Latibode, Greg Lee, Amari Bell, Richard King, Ethan Pinnock, Mason Holgate, Damian Lowe, the vice captain, and also Kyle Ming. I heard some chatter around Ethan Pinnock, so can you guys fill me in? Fill me in on Ethan Pinnock. He is expected to be part of the Gold Cup squad, right? Or is it the chatter that he's not available for the World Cup qualifiers? Fill me in on that one, please, guys. In midfield, we have Isaac Hayden, Casey Palmer, Jonathan Russell, Dwayne Atkinson, and Bobby Reed. So there's your question there. Where is Bobby Reed? You should see your boy Bobby back in the squad, potentially the starting 11 when those Gold Cup matches get underway. And the forward selection consists of Ronaldo Cephas, Damari Gray, Kaheem Dixon, Leon Bailey, Warner Brown, Ramon Burrell, Tyrese Campbell, Romario Williams, and Michael Antonio. I know some of you are excited to see Tyrese Campbell play for us and see what he can bring to the table. According to Mr. Elite Sports, that's Mr. Ryan Jackson. He's the next best thing. Exciting product there with his club teammates, Kaheem Dixon. And I think this one probably, depending on how well he plays, further answers people's questions pertaining to whether Kaheem Dixon should move on from Charlton Athletic. I'm saying no. I've said no already. I don't think there's any reasonable reasons why he should move on from Charlton Athletic at this stage of his career. He's only just finding his feet, finding form. You can see the improvements already. Slowly, you can see the improvements, the benefits of being at a club like Charlton Athletic. So me personally, I don't want to see him leave Charlton, especially since they have been recently promoted I don't really want to see him leave Charlton Athletic just yet. I think he's in great hands. To reiterate, Charlton Athletics, they've helped to mold notable players, the likes of, Conor Gallagher, Lookman. I'm sure you guys are familiar with Lookman. Gomez, so that's Chelsea's Gomez, Pope. While it didn't help to mold him in terms of the respect that the club has on other players and the way that players view the club, one of our own, the legend, the Liverpool and England legend, John Barnes, also spent some time at Charlton Athletic. So they have a host of names that you could turn to and say, you know what, if they're good enough for those players, the likes of Aston Villa, Konza, to name another, then surely they're good enough for our boy, Kahim Dixon. So DC said perhaps Jamaica 3-0 versus BVI, British Virgin Islands. I am probably being conservative with the scoreline, but these sports predictions are not my strong suit. Yeah, I don't really like score predictions myself. I don't mind hearing other people's score predictions, but I'm not really one for the score predictions. I don't think it's folding under pressure in the context. It's more positive spell, luck players were dropping. Interesting. Drew, I hope you're in good health. Good day to yourself. Good to see you in the comments section. I hope you are in good health. So guys, we are now 10 minutes away from kickoffs. Do make yourself comfortable. Go ahead and grab yourself something to eat. We are now 10 minutes away from kickoff, right? So go ahead, grab yourself something to eat, and make sure you are sitting with me in time for kickoff, where we can go ahead and watch this one together. All right, so I'm excited. It's a Saturday and we get to watch some football together. You can see the screen in front of you, and you can see the countdown. You can also see the weather. Not really sure if the weather matters to you guys. We've got 8 minutes to go until kickoff. And this one, again, is for the FIFA World Cup qualification, where CONCACAF is concerned, because that is obviously our region. So again, before I forget my manners, thank you to those of you who are currently watching. Of course, thank you to those of you who have already hit the like button. Your support does not go unnoticed. I believe I asked for 50 likes before kickoff, and you guys have surpassed that. So we have 59 likes. If we can get that one to 100 likes before full time, I'll be completely over the moon. Is Mr. Thompson, good day to yourself. Is the game on YouTube? It is expected to be on YouTube. You might need a VPN, you might not, depending on your location, but you could also check into CONCACAF. You can check CONCACAF's YouTube channel for that one. And that writer says, I'm with D. I'm thinking 3-1 because I think our defense needs work. Well, that will be saying something. If they can find the back of our net, that will be something, because they have not been firing lately. They've seemed to have forgotten their shooting boots, and I'm saying that, and they might just well find it on tonight's occasion. Hopefully not, but they may very well go ahead and find their shooting boots. They have to start firing at some point if it's going to be against us. Then it remains to be seen. The last time that they actually found the back of the net was back in May against St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So they're coming into this match on the back end of a 3-0 defeat over Dominica. So they're potentially looking for a upset, searching for an upset, searching to get back to winning ways. But I'm confident that our boys won't let that happen. Good day to you too. Good day, sir. Good day. And again, for the Reggae Boyz, next match up on the cards, to reiterate, for the World Cup qualifiers, we're going up against Guatemala. We're actually going up against Guatemala twice, right? So on the 10th, we're playing against Guatemala at the national office, as I already stated to you guys, and that is for World Cup qualifiers. But about maybe a week later, we're playing against Guatemala, and this one here says that it's going to be at the Dignity Health Tennis Center. I'm gonna bring that one up on screen for you guys. And this one is in the Gold Cup If I can switch my screen, I don't know why my screen is playing stubborn. If I can switch my screen temporarily, you guys should be able to see this one for yourselves. You can see down here at the bottom, Dignity Health Tennis Center. That's where we will be playing. And of course, it's in the United States. So if you guys are able to get there, it says here that it's in LA, Los Angeles, California. If you're able to get down there and support the lads, why not? Stadium in Carson, California. Why is it called that? Anyways. So yes, guys, go ahead, grab your snacks and make yourselves comfortable. Kickoff is in 6 minutes time. I actually need to figure out how I'm going to watch this one and try to think of avoiding any potential copyright violation. 5 minutes to go until kickoff, guys. So do make yourselves comfortable. Do kindly hit that like button. Let's see if we can bring this one to 100 likes. Please, let's see if we can bring this one to 100 likes before I close off. 63 of you have already hit the like button. It doesn't cost a penny. Thank you so much for your support. Your support means the world to me. We surpassed 5K subscribers, as I said last night, and that is a monumental achievement. It's something that definitely made me smile, put a smile on my face. And you know, last night we closed the show off on 5,005 subscribers. So that made me so happy, so happy, still smiling. So thank you guys so much for supporting my program. Okay. So it says, Mr. Beckford says, I have to go now because my lunch oil's up now. So later. Okay. Okay, enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you get home safe. Enjoy work. Don't work too hard because it is a Saturday. Don't do too much laboring. Do the best that you can, and I hope that you make it home safe and unharmed. So World Cup 2026, I am saying it is a must. Let me know if you guys disagree with me. We've got, how many minutes? 3 minutes. So I think that's my cue to figure out how to watch this game, right? Let me just turn down my device. The last thing I want is a copyright violation. So let's go ahead and see if I'm in luck. Am I in luck? I'm usually in some form of blessing when it comes to watching these games. So let's see as it run out, as my blessings run out. Let's see how I'm going to watch this one. I'm busy telling you guys how to watch the game, and I didn't even think of sorting something out myself. So let me go ahead and see what's what. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. I'm trying to think. It's so hard to think sometimes. So we should be as expected. Do brace yourself. I'm gonna try and speak as frequently as I can, but I can almost guarantee that I will be behind you guys and your stream because that tends to be the case. I'm currently looking at some panning shot of what looks like a beautiful condo. I can't hear the audio because I'm choosing not to hear the audio to avoid any copyright violation. I'm looking at what looks to be a condo in the hills. Beautiful house, I must say. Not sure who it belongs to, if it belongs to any celebrities, but if it's any celebrity house, but it does look good. Now we're currently looking at the stadium, and of course there are Jamaicans in the stadium. Of course, according to the gaffer, there's what 1,000 Jamaicans on the island of the British Virgin Islands. Not sure how accurate that one is. Not sure if I can believe Mr. McLaren. He's giving me reason to not take his word for it. Okay, so Night Rider says, congrats on 5K, Talawa forever. Thank you so much. And it's people like yourself who have helped me to surpass 5K. So now I'm on my way to 6K. So it looks as if we're looking at some delayed shots here. These would have been, I'm sure the British Virgin Islands didn't just arrive at the stadium. If they did, then there might be some delayed kickoff, but I don't think so. I think this is just something that's been filmed already, and we're only just seeing it on our screens now. So that's the British Virgin Islands getting off their team bus and making their way to to the inside the stadium. So again, if you want to watch this one, as in visually, you can go ahead and tune into the CONCACAF YouTube channel, just as long as you promise to stay with me. Surely you can multitask. You're looking at one of the backroom staff there for Jamaica, and he's making his way inside the stadium. And as he does so, we have Mason Holgate. Seems as if he's the first player exiting the team bus. Nice little shuttle buses there for both teams coming into the stadium. We're seeing these shots. I think these are some delayed shots there, guys, that the Reggae Boyz and their backroom staff exiting their team bus, likes of Rava Morrison being shown on our screen, as well as Damian Lowe. And I think it's Leon Bailey. You've got Leon Bailey. Someone I think is asking him for a photo. So Bala Bailey, seems like someone stopped him to ask him for a photo. This is amazing. This is amazing. Should I share that one with you guys? You guys want me to share that one with you? That picture there of a fan stopping Leon Bailey for a photo. That is lovely. So of course, as suspected, some delayed shots there being shown on our screens, because now I'm looking at inside the stadium where you can see the British Virgin Islands having a little walk around, getting a feel of the place, soaking up the atmosphere. Please do go ahead and kindly hit the like button if you haven't done so. It doesn't cost you a penny. I'm not asking you. I'm not asking you to put your hands in your pockets, guys. I'm asking you to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. That is my super chat. Please do go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It does not cost you a penny. I'm trying to chase 100 likes. I'm on 67. Can you guys get me over the line? I hope so. So again, back to the game itself. I'm a little bit delayed, so if you guys are ahead of me, I do apologize. There's not really much I can do. Seems like kickoff is delayed at your end. Let me know if kickoff is delayed your end, guys, because according to what I'm seeing, I'm looking at some delayed content, and kickoff should actually be on the way already, because it is now 8 o'clock my time. It's actually 8:01 my time, and kickoff is 8 p.m. for me, for my location, right? So let me know if there's some delays where you guys are at, because it seems as if I've got some delays there, right? So it seems kickoff has been delayed. Don't ask me why. I will try and give you guys those information as soon as possible. I'm going to turn up my audio. Tell me if you can hear my audio. Can you guys hear anything? Can you guys hear anything? You can't hear nothing? I hope you guys can't, because I really don't want to get a copyright violation. But nevertheless, Mr. Brian, do you want to come and join me on screen, sir? I don't think that you do. He's exited the studio ASAP like Rocky. I don't blame him. I wouldn't have put you on the live stream, because I trust that that's not what you're trying to do. I'm only going to put someone on my screen if I'm familiar with their faces. If their face look familiar, then I'll bring them on screen. If you look like a stranger, you don't stand a chance unless you drop a comment in the private chat. So Knight Rider says, yes, please. I'm going to pause, guys, because it looks as if we have some delay here in the British Virgin Islands. Again, don't ask me what the delay is, but there's about 80 of you watching. If you could hit that like and subscribe button, you'll make me a happy bunny. It does not cost you a penny. Don't be a penny pincher. It is completely free. I'm not asking to make your pockets go broke. I am just asking you to go ahead and hit that like button there for me. And Leon Bailey there, I'm waiting to see that shot there from Leon Bailey again, where he was taking a picture with a fan as he exited the stadium. 98 of you watching, go ahead and hit that like button. You can easily bring me to 100 likes. It's the weekend. Surely you're in a good spirit. 74 of you have hit the like button. Please, guys, do go ahead and hit the like button. There appears to be some delays for the kickoff, hence me not being able to tell you what's going on in the game. So I'll keep my eyes on what's going on, and hopefully we'll be able to figure things out in due course, right? But as things stand, there's some delays there for you guys. I do apologize. It's completely out of my control. I don't have control to the pertaining to the kickoff of the game. I'm only going to be trying to listen keenly, hoping to avoid any copyright violation. If you guys can share with me any updates your end, because maybe you guys are listening to the game with the audio, you can go ahead and let me know. So, Dem Oats, good day to yourself, sir. I hope you're in good health. The weather in the British Virgin Islands, yeah, well, I can't tell if it's being British. I'm seeing some umbrellas out. I'm assuming people are shielding themselves from the sun, because the only thing that's British right now is my weather. My weather outside is extremely British. Dem Oats, pick up yourself. I hope you're in good health. Dem Oats said they said stadium lost power. It's very Caribbean, isn't it? So there was a loss of power inside the stadium. To be honest with you, not only is it very Caribbean, sometimes these things are out of our control. There was some loss of power some weeks back across various countries in Europe, and people were taken aback. They're like, there is a loss of power in Europe. I'm like, yeah, it can happen. We do get blackouts every now and then, and it's very every now and then. It's not something that's consistent. So 123 of you have voted. 90% of you have stated that it is going to be a Reggae Boyz win. 81 of you have hit the like button. You guys are lovely. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. 110 of you are watching. Guess what? It looks as if we're going to be waiting a little while longer until kickoff gets underway. We're delayed so far by 5 minutes, according to the guys there in the comment section. There's been a loss of power inside the stadium there in British Virgin Islands. Hopefully we won't have to wait much longer. I actually want this game to get underway. I planned on being here for 2 hours with you guys, because I do have personal matters to tend to, and it looks as if I'm going to have to go over that, but I'm still going to be here with you guys. All right. So coming into the game again, when we look across those 5 games there in terms of form, I think it's safe to say that tonight's host, British Virgin Islands, come into the game on the worst form. I don't like to put a team down, but they come into this with 1 draw, 4 losses over the last 5 games. So those games have been against opponents such as Dominica Republic. They lost that one 3-0. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, they drew 1-1. They also went on to losing against Dominica Republic. That is Dominican Republic, my apologies, 4-0. Guatemala 3-0. That's another loss. And a 3-1 loss against Puerto Rico. Their opponents, the Reggae Boyz, Black, Gold, and Green of Jamaica, they come in with a better form over the last 5 games, taking a string of matches into consideration, including the Unity Cup. They sealed a 2-2 draw against Nigeria inside full time before subsequently going on to losing 5-4 on penalties, with Nigeria lifting the Unity Cup once more. Before that, they also sealed a 3-2 victory over Caribbean rivals Trinidad and Tobago in said competition. The Unity Cup secured a 1-1 draw against Trinidad and Tobago, a 1-0 victory against Trinidad and Tobago. You guys tired of playing against Trinidad and Tobago? And also they actually I'm sure you guys can remember this one almost a year ago, being beaten 4-1 by Venezuela. I'm not going to dissect into that one, because so time has passed. 135 of you are watching. Please get me to 100 likes. Surely you can do it. There is a delay against in the sense of the game being kicked off inside the stadium there in the British Virgin Islands. So all that we can do at the moment is watch the fans, and there looks to be some unity inside the stadium. You've got the British Virgin Islands fans and the Jamaica fans sitting side by side with each other, as it should be. Umbrellas out. I'm assuming the sun is scorching hot. No one is trying to be sunburnt. So please do go ahead and hit the like button. Get me to 100 likes. Surely you can do it. You can do it, guys. 100 likes. It does not cost you a penny. seems I've got some enemies of progress watching tonight. So someone is like playing around with the like button. Someone was also playing around with the subscribe button last night. I mean, if you're not a fan of myself, why are you here? It does not make sense. I need 10 more of you to take me to 100 likes before full time. Can we do it? Absolutely. Yes, we can. Let's see what you guys are saying there in the comment section. Father, where have you been? This is not a good look for British Virgin Islands, he says. I hope you are in good health. What time is the game? All depends on where you're based. If you're based in Europe, certain parts of Europe, you're looking at it should have been kicked off by now. So wherever you are, to avoid confusion, the game is so far delayed by, let's say, 10 minutes, right? So the game should have kicked off 10 minutes ago. How do I pronounce your name? Kai? Did I pronounce that wrong? Right? 139 of you watching. Come on, stop playing with me, guys. It does not cost you a penny. Hit that like button, please, and thank you. 5 more of you to take us to 100 likes. I know you can do it. Matchday Warzone, big up yourself. Kai is in England. Big up yourself, Kai. So, Kai, we're looking at it's currently 10 past 8. And it looks like this might be a little bit of a late one for us, Kai. Although we didn't bargain for that. I didn't bargain for a late sit-in. I said I'm going to be wrapping this one up by 10 p.m. the latest. Looks like I was completely wrong with that one. Matchday Warzone, what's up? I'm just here kicking it with you guys. I've done my pre-match talk already. I've read out the starting 11, looked at the starting 11 for our teams. The content that I'm seeing from CONCACAF is very repetitive. So I don't really have much to share with you guys. It is heavily repetitive. It says here the CONCACAF YouTube channel is streaming the game. I don't need a VPN. I think that perhaps depends on your location. You can stream it over there. I can't find a place to see the game. Well, I like DC said you can check out the CONCACAF YouTube channel. They should have you covered. You might come across a stumbling block. And if they do come across that, then it simply means you need a VPN. Okay? So how we looking? Thank you 1,000 times. Thank you 100 of you have successfully gotten me to those 100 likes. I think that's the quickest 100 likes I've ever had on a live stream for a game, a live watch along. Thank you so much. May God bless each and every one of you. And if you're watching as an enemy of progress, may the good Lord bless you also. All right, thank you for watching me. I'm not sure what's so special about myself, but clearly there is something there that you admire. Keep admiring it and you will continue to receive your blessings. Okay, they block you if you're from Jamaica. You won't see it on that channel. So if you're from Jamaica, then you perhaps will need a VPN. All right. So guys, I'm not sure how. So does the Jamaica Football Federation have anything? Let's go. I'm getting a little bit tired of waiting around. So let's go and check to see if JFF have anything in terms of a potential update for us. Let's see what the JFF are saying, guys. Don't think the JFF have said anything. Team departure. You know what? I might need. Oh God. Okay, let me go ahead and see if I can get something. Let's go see if I can get something for you guys. Let me see if I can find out what the holdup is. I don't want to leave my chair, but I might have to leave my chair. I just don't want you guys to run away. I want to go and find out what's the holdup in terms of the latest. What's the latest? Because apparently there's a power issue inside the stadium. Donovan Taylor, good day. Long time no see. Likewise, I hope you're in good health. Night Rider, you're making me a happy bunny. She look but she talawa. I agree. And that's the reason why I call it Talawa TV. I think that name suits me well. I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys have been watching me for a long time. Thank you so much, Night Rider. I'm going to put that one in my piggy bank. Let me see something. All right, so I think Ryan, Mr. Jackson, Elite Sports, we're in the same boat. I'm trying to find out what's going on, but I think we're all in the same boat here, guys. We don't have a bloody Scooby what's going on. We're just all sitting and waiting. We are 13 minutes delayed, so there's a 13-minute delayed a kickoff. It has been delayed. The screen says to be decided. So I'm guessing they're all trying to figure out when kickoff will be. Yeah, so just brace yourself, guys. We're all pretty much sat here scratching our heads, wondering what's going on. I think I need to get up from my screen, guys, and try and see if I can get my phone. I think I need to get my phone, guys, to see if I can log back into WhatsApp. I've been having WhatsApp problems for several weeks. That app's been threatening to kick me out, and I feel like they're almost successfully done so. Why that is? It's because I need to change my phone. That is why. Someone asked for the starting 11. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you your starting 11 on screen, and I'm going to take myself off screen so I can go and get my phone, and then I'll be back. I'm going to see if there's anything there that I can share with you guys. All right, don't go nowhere. I know I'm seeing where you're located. I can see who's watching. 182 of you watching. You have got to be kidding me. Hit that like button, please, and thank you. It doesn't cost you a penny. Hit the like button, guys. 115 of you have hit the like button. You're actually a little bit united-y. So we no longer say Spursy, we say United-y, because Man United were silly enough to let Tottenham Hotspurs beat them to a trophy in the Europa League final. So we don't say Spursy no more. We say United-y. You're being very united-y with my like button. Don't do that. Sit right there. I'm going to take myself off screen. I'm going to grab my phone quickly, and then I'm going to come back and see if I've got any updates with you guys. All right, cast your eyes on the starting 11. You see how quick that was? That was like Usain Bolt quick. That was an Olympic record quick. All right, let's see. Do I have anything to share with you guys? Let's see. What we looking at? I'm gonna see if I can send something. All right. I'm just waiting on some updates to pop up on my phone, right? And then I'll be able to see if I have anything to share with you guys. But yeah, guys, that's how we're looking. I'm actually gonna go back over to CONCACAF to see if they've given us any updates. The game's actually kicked off, guys. Why you guys didn't tell me that the game kicked off? That's not nice. So the game is underway. It would be nice if they gave us a scoreboard. So they've not given us a scoreboard, so I can't tell how many minutes has been played. Yeah, I can't tell how many minutes is on the clock. There's no scoreboard from what I can see. Can you guys tell how many minutes have been played? All right, guys. So from what I can see, there's a game on my screen. So the delay was due to stadium power there, guys. So stadium power is the reason why the game was delayed, but it has now been kicked off. I'm waiting on the scoreboard. I can't tell how many minutes has been played. Let's see if Google can help me out here. Google is just as confused as myself. Let's see what I can do. I'm trying to see if I can find how minutes. No. We've got an opener. Looks as if it's a header here, guys, but just bear with me. Let me go ahead and rewatch this one. I hope you can't hear the commentary. Let me know if you can hear the commentary in the comment section. Still trying to figure out how many minutes is on the clock, but it does appear as if we've got a opener. Let's see who's in the starting 11, a matter of fact. Let me go ahead and look at who's in the starting 11. It should be 1-0 Jamaica, but Let's see who scored this one here, guys. So that's a lightning start there for the visitors. The visitors on tonight's occasion is the boys in black, gold, and green. The stream is being a little bit united. I can't tell who the goal scorer is, but nevertheless, we are on the way. I'm just waiting to see if I can see a replay, but so far we're not onto the best start in terms of the stream itself, right, guys? Commentator said Williams had scored, but I remember that Williams should be on the bench. So it can't be Williams that scored, but nevertheless, Jamaica have broken the deadlock. 18 minutes played on the clock, some 19 plus minutes played on the clock, and Jamaica are already on the score sheet. I'm waiting to see who scored the goal. Matchday Warzone is saying Richard King scored the opening goal. 1-0 Jamaica. It is 1-0 Jamaica against British Virgin Islands, and that is after that lengthy delay. There's some 13 minutes delay. Too bad, it could be worse. So big up the British Virgin Islands for getting onto that one. Could be so much worse. So we are out in front. I do trust you guys in the comment section. Someone says that the Richard King apparently broke the deadlock. 1-0 there to Jamaica, with some 20 minutes played on the clock. The ball is at the feet of Andre Blake, and he kicks that one out right. That one subsequently went out of play. Let me know if you guys can hear my audio. If you do, I'm going to be in some trouble. I'm sure you guys don't want my channel to get striked, so do let me know if there's some audio that you guys can hear. And that means I need to do some corrections on my end. So currently we have what appears to be a throw-in. I do want to see that goal again. If anyone could talk me through the goal, if you were fortunate enough to see it. We've gone for a long throw inside the box. That one appears to be dealt with. They're a little bit sloppy. Ooh, nice shot on goal.
Lineup now. Andre Blake again in between the sticks. King Holgate as a center back.
So I'm gonna check Google quickly, guys, to see who the goal scorer is. We got British Virgin Islands on the attack. But according to Google, the goal was scored inside the 17th minute by Warner Brown. So I'm going to change that, right? So that we can all stay on the same page. Now, I guess it's a matter of me just waiting and hoping to see the goal scored again. But according to Google, you can see right there, apparently Warner Brown scored that one. Be happy for the young man if that's the case. Greg Lee, they're getting what appears to be a budge to the back. He's back up on his feet, and that is awarded with a free kick to Jamaica. King with the ball at his feet. Mason Holgate. Greg Lee.
Channel. Here's CFAS. He's had
CFAS really back to Greg Lee.
For Jamaica. Goal to assist.
Back to CFAS.
3 matches, and he gets this one inside the 18. CFAS.
Inside the box, ball at the feet of CFAS. Oh, a little bit of a tangling situation there for Ronaldo. CFAS. Ball still at his feet. Jamaica still with the ball. Ooh, nice little spin there. That looks like Damian Lowe. Looks like he's playing quite high. We know that he's playing in midfield. It's a nice little turn there. I think that was Damian Lowe. So you guys need to tell me if you can hear the audio. Oh, whoa. My apologies. Yes, you guys can. My apologies there, guys. Let me turn that one down. I don't want you guys to hear it at all. So let me just turn that one down. Let me try and reposition myself. I'm trying to see if I can look at the screen and look at you guys at the same time. Should actually be keeping my eyes on what you guys are saying in the comment section. My apologies. Reggie with the ball into the box. Oh, the header. That looks like John Russell. Think I should be all right. Turn down the audio. Gray cross the ball, King header, goal Jamaica. Okay, so Google. There's something that sometimes I don't really trust Google. Hopefully there won't be no copyright violation there. Hopefully it will be all right. And again, let me know if you guys can hear any audio creeping through. BV with the ball. Terrence Campbell, big up yourself, Terrence Campbell. I hope you're well. Big up yourself. Seems like we're doing okay, guys. Dixon with the ball over to Russell. Oh, it seems like that was a challenge there. That seems like it was a challenge. Referee not gonna blow his whistle? Looks to me that there was a challenge there from behind. That looks like that was a challenge there from behind, if you ask me. Referee looked like he let that one slide. You guys a fan of Damian Lowe being played in midfield? Let me know what you think of that. I know some of you aren't a fan of players being played out of position. No one is sure. No one is sure. Two people have said Richard King. Google is saying Warner Brown. Only time will tell. We're steadily approaching 30 minutes on the clock. 25 minutes to be exact. And Jamaica are out in front, having broken the deadlock inside the 17th minute. Who is the goal scorer? Don't ask me. There was a delayed kickoff by some 13 minutes. And that is all that we can share with you guys for the time being. Good evening to yourself. How are you, Mr. Scott? Mr. Scott says that he loves the lineup. We've already been through the lineup. BV looks as if they're not really willing to let us drum up the scoreline. Right, guys? Ball at the feet of Kaheem Dixon. Jamaica loses that one. Back to BV. Oh, inside the box, some clearance, some coming together there, almost a coming together. That could have resulted in an own goal for British Virgin Islands. I think that one went out for a corner instead for Jamaica. Gotta be careful of at the back there before you give yourself some self-inflicted wounds. Good ball into the box there by Jonathan Russell. That was the one that caused the confusion, which resulted in a corner to Jamaica. Corner is being taken there by Damari Gray. Gray whips this one into the box. Probably too much on it. I think that one went right across. And it's actually resulted in a goal kick to British Virgin Islands. What do you guys make of the start for Jamaica? 27 minutes on the clock. We are 1 goal up, 1 goal to the good against BVI. 24 minutes, Jamaica 1. Obviously, Warner Brown header. I'm just waiting to see the goal myself because I actually don't know the goal. I think it's a header. I think it's a header, right? I think it's a header, guys. But nevertheless, thank you guys. You guys have made me a happy bunny, regardless of how this one ends. And that's not me doubting whether we'll get over the line. I think we will. But you guys have surpassed the 100 likes requests. So thank you so much. It means the world to me. And you guys have also been hitting the subscribe button. 110 of you watching. Big up yourselves. We've got a throw-in of our own to 10. So do you guys want that screen? We've got Greg Lee doing a throw-in. Do you guys want that screen in front of you, or do you want to look at the starting 11? Let me know. I'm here to cater to you, not to myself. Greg Lee. Look like Jamaica got another throw-in. Maury Gray. So Night Rider is saying not a bad start, like the pacing in midfield. They're not tripping over themselves. We're so used to them doing that, aren't we? Not on tonight's occasion. Long may it continue. Greg Lee there. Nice little touchdown there by Greg Lee. Seems as if the game plan is to get as many men at the back there for BV again. I don't think they want a thumping. They don't want to face a heavy defeat. So it looks as if the plan is to keep down the scoreline. Keep down the scoreline. That is the plan, I think. If I was a fly on the wall, that's probably what I would have heard. Jonathan Russell, nice little control ball there by Jonathan Russell in the middle of the park. Pass that one to Damian Lowe. Damian Lowe. They're moving the ball fairly decently there, Jamaica. But BV, I so far, if I'm being fair, they look like they've got a little bit of bite about them. Do look like they've got a little bit of a bite about them. So someone said they can see them scoring a goal. I think I'm going to say, yeah, I agree. And this was before kickoff. So yeah, good analysis. Looks as if the weather there pertaining to those umbrellas that we saw in the run-up to kickoff makes perfect sense. The lads there are doing a water break, 30 minutes on the clock, and I think this is our first water break, so the temperature must be scorching hot in the British Virgin Islands. The boys there, both of Jamaica and British Virgin Islands, taking a quick little water break. We've got Jonathan Russell with the towel over his face, Damian Lowe with the towel on his shoulder. So yes, it is hot. A couple of the players there with towels around their necks and so on their faces, hydrating themselves. So yes, it is hot in the British Virgin Islands. Thank you so much. Before I forget my manners, to each and every one of you who are locked in. Thank you so much for keeping my company. Live streams are nothing without you guys. You guys make these live streams what they are. Thank you so much for your generosity, be it by keeping me company in the comment section or by giving myself a like, a subscribe, or a super chat. Either way, your support does not go unnoticed. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to the 137 of you who have hit the like button. Quickly, still looking at the water break there, 31 minutes on the clock, and there was a delay of some 13 minutes. So we're looking at a cooling break, a water break, until things get back on the way. You should be able to see the scoreline there in front of you, 1-0 to Jamaica. So how you guys feel so far? If you can watch the game a bit like myself, how are you guys feeling so far? Seeing what you guys have seen with the game. Feeling good? Feeling pleased with what you've seen? Happy for Warner Brown? The toss-up is either Warner Brown or Richard King. I'm still waiting on a replay to see who scored that goal. Would also love to see Ronaldo Cephas on the score sheet. Keeping my eye on Jonathan Russell as well as Kaheem Dixon, all for obvious reasons, given their recent performances in the Unity Cup. We're back underway after that cooling break. British Virgin Islands on the attack out wide from the left. Intercepted there by Jamaica. Jamaica trying to drum up an attack of their own. Looks as if that might be Lambakisa on the ball. Can't really tell because players just look so tiny. In the heart of the midfield, though, is Damian Lowe, and he was brought to his feet. And so the referee saw that, but I think he decided to play the advantage to Jamaica. Russell seems as if he's all over the park, isn't he? He's doing his job all over the park. What do you guys make of the game so far? Who are you impressed by the most pertaining to? So my screen says Warner Brown as the goal scorer. So the CONCACAF just put something up on the screen, and it says 17 minutes, Warner Brown as the goal scorer. If it is Warner Brown, fair play to him. Fair play to him, to Warner Brown. If it is him, congratulations to the young man. DC says, and a good amount of short passing, not too much distance for the players to travel when passing the ball. Good observation. Terrence Campbell says TV commentator also said Warner Brown. Yes, mine says Warner Brown. So I think we can go with, Google is also saying Warner Brown. I think we could go with Warner Brown, right? I think this is playing in the park. Can't tell if you're being serious or if you're bantering. Good shot there from long range. Looks like that one might have been, was that Damari Gray from long range? Looks like it might have been Damari Gray there from long range. I think this one took a deflection. We're going for another corner. Damari Gray going over to take the corner kick. Thank you so much, guys. You guys have you've made my weekend. I say my weekend. I don't think I'll be doing a live stream tomorrow, only because I have so much to do and I kind of want to unwind. Damari Gray standing over the corner kick, looking to whip this one into the box. Hopefully it finds its target. Into the box. It's dealt with by the defense of the hosts. Back out to Jamaica. Whistle was blown. Goal kick to British Virgin Islands. So 35 minutes on the clock. We are 10 minutes away from halftime. That's excluding additional minutes for that water break. British Virgin Islands kicking this one out from the goalkeeper. Tell you what, guys, trying to multitask, watch the game and communicate with you guys, it's not easy. And I hope I'm not boring you guys to death. Tell me where I need to improve. Good defensive work there, shielding the ball there by Damian Lowe. So tell me where I need to improve. What do I need to get better at? There must be something. Drop it in the comment section and I will work on it. Oh, that's a bit cheeky from the BVI goalkeeper. Nice to see the gaffer there, Steve McLaren on the touch lines. Look like he's got his hands on his sides there, but good to see him standing on the touch line and not in the stands. So we've got the vice captain in the heart of the midfield there, and the captain in between the sticks. What do you guys make of the performance so far? Don't go quiet on me. You know, I like when you guys are chatting with me in the comment section. BVI with a throw-in. Gotta be careful with the buttons I'm pressing, because the last thing I want to do is accidentally end this live stream. Edging closer to halftime there. We're out in front, leading by 1 goal to the good. That goal there was scored by Warner Brown inside the 17th minutes. Throw into Jamaica, taken by Greg Lee to the feet of Damari Gray. Wow, Russell is everywhere. Russell and Damian Lowe, to be fair. Am I over analyzing this one? What do you guys make of Damian Lowe and Jonathan Russell? Van Russell not standing still, is he? Seems as if he's pushing forward. Damian Lowe push forward occasionally, but also pushing back when necessary. Throwing there to Jamaica inside the box. That one is resulting in a goal kick. The camera is trying to do closer up shot. Must have heard you. It's a bit of a hard watch. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm struggling to make out the players. I can only do it based on the shape of the player. Can kind of guess who they are. And sometimes I can't even see the number on their back. So I'm trying to guess who everyone is at the moment. I think I've been as accurate as possible. Good interception there by Lambakisa. Lovely little back heel. Doing some defensive duties there with Richard King. The ball to the feet of Damian Lowe. Damian Lowe plays this one back to his defense. Looks like he plays that one back to Holgate. Holgate out to, I believe that's Richard King. Richard King up top. Headed away by the defense of BVI. Respect where respect is due, because they're definitely trying to sniff their way out of trouble, British Virgin Islands, that is. And like I said, I think the expectation from them is don't let that score line get embarrassing. So far, so good from British Virgin Islands. Continue to hit that like button. Continue to hit that like button, please. And thank you. Hit that like button. It does not cost you a penny. Doesn't cost you a penny. And when I close off, I guess there'll be plenty of conversation taking place. For me personally, I don't think I will stick around, only because it's quite late to my end and I have some other bits that I need to do. You've got one of the BVI players there nursing what appears to be a knock to the knee. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Hopefully it's okay. 100 of you tuning in, and I do hope 100 of you have hit the like button. Also hope 100 of you have also hit the subscribe button. Doesn't cost you a penny. I think I'm definitely worth a subscription. Definitely worth a subscription. So the guys there, good game management there from the captain and also the vice captain, coming down into the middle of the park there to talk with the players. I guess it's about some organizations, patterns of play there being discussed by Damian Lowe, Andre Blake, and a few of the Reggae Boyz. Play is going to be back on the way with a free kick there to British Virgin Islands. We're now 5 minutes away from halftime, excluding any additional minutes on the clock. Thank you to those of you who have hit the like button. The aim is to get to 5K subscribers. Don't ask me when, but that is the aim. Some communication there going on between, I think it was Damian Lowe and Jonathan Russell. Unfortunately, we have handed British Virgin Islands a free kick close to our defense. I believe it was Damian Lowe that drew fouls. I absolutely dislike watching football without the audio, but to avoid any copyright violation, I really can't have the audio on, which doesn't help because the atmosphere is less for myself. Hopefully it's not affecting my communication with you guys though. BVI puts this one into the box, dealt with there by Andre Blake, I should say. My apologies, the goalkeeper. So we're about 3 minutes away from halftime there, guys. I think BVI slowing the game down to snail's pace. The boys need to move the ball quicker. Their heat is becoming a factor, I think. Could be the case. And I guess DC said something in the comment section, and it pertaining to the short passes. That could be one of the reasons why we're seeing a good amount of short passes, again, because of the weather conditions. So good observation there, guys. You guys happy with the scoreline so far? I know some of you probably want more, probably want to see 2-0 going into the halftime break. But so far, it looks as if we're going into the halftime break. 1 goal to the good, ball at the feet of Holgate. He puts that one across to the right of him to Richard King. Richard King passes it back to Holgate. Holgate. Ball still with Holgate. Like he's passed that one to, I think that's, who is that? It's so difficult to make out these plays. Looks like it was Damian Lowe to Holgate, Holgate to Damari Gray to Damian Lowe to Holgate. Real difficult to identify who is who here, guys. I don't know, maybe it's just me. I don't know. Do I need to get my eyes tested? A little bit difficult for me here, guys. I'm trying to bring something up on screen. I'm going to leave that on the screen, actually, for you guys. So it looks like there is a throw in there, throw into Jamaica, that is. Russell the ball at his feet. Back to Holgate. Holgate to... It was a pass to Damian Lowe. Damian Lowe went with a pass, with a ball up top to the left, but that one went out of play, and it is to the feet, at the feet of the BVI goalkeeper. He's going for a free kick. So how many minutes of added time do we have on the clock? We've got 2 minutes of added time for those of you who are wondering. It's fair. I feel like this game's going by quite fast, guys. What do you make of that? Do you think the game's going by fast? I think so. I most certainly think it's going by quick. And I need to go to the ladies. I'm so sorry, but I need to go to the ladies. Last thing I need is an accident. I need to go to the ladies. So once this game comes to an end for the first 45, I promise you I won't be long. I'm just going to nip to the toilet quickly, pardon my nose, and come back. All right? So don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. You have 1 minute to play until the end of the first 45. It is going fast. I can't lie. I like it. Can't lie. I do like it. Keep it coming. What time is it for me? It is 8:45 p.m. Game's going quick. And it looks as if we're heading into the halftime with 1 goal to the good over BVI, right, guys? And you guys should be able to see that screen there in front of you. Just waiting until the whistle is blown. It looks as if, because if we're going to close off with a corner kick. So it looks as if we're wrapping this one up, wrapping up the end of the first 45 with a corner kick. And guys, give me some improvements. What do you want me to do differently for my next live watch along? Let me know. I want to get better. So you guys watch the content. I don't. Whips this one into the box. Good idea. That would have been some goal there. Shame the execution didn't come to fruition, but I see the idea. Halftime whistle blown, and we are leading the hosts by 1 goal to the good. You can see the scoreline there right in front of you. Goal scored by Warner Brown inside the 17th minute. That was after a lengthy, yet it kind of felt quick in hindsight, 13-minute delay there in the game against the British Virgin Islands. And this is for the CONCACAF World Cup Qualifiers. right? And teams are walking off. Let me know who's been your player of the match. And I think I need to change my poll. But before I do so, I need to go. Actually, let's change the poll. I'm gonna close up on the poll. 92 of you says the Reggae Boys are winning. Let's change that poll. Let's see if I can I not end the poll? Once you start a poll, you can't end it? Well, you learn something new, don't you? Just go ahead and hit the like button then. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pause temporarily. Don't go nowhere. Night Rider says I missed the first 15 minutes, so yeah, very short first half. I just think it's gone past irrespectively if we miss the first 15 minutes. Good point. That is probably why we feel like it's gone past relatively quick, because we couldn't see the game for at least the first 17 minutes. All right, guys. I'm gonna go to the ladies. All right. Don't go nowhere. Just look at the halftime score and I'll be back. All right. I'm back. That was quick. That was lightning quick. That feels so much better. It's not good to hold your urine, guys. That was a little bit painful, but it feels so much better. All right, guys. So how you feeling at the end of that first 45 there? Any plays that stood out for you? I think based on what we could see, again, Knight Rider is absolutely right that it did feel the first 45 does feel relatively short. And this is why it's so good to have you guys speak in the comment section, because it did even spring to mind that, of course, the first 17 minutes I couldn't see the game, and it seems as if some of you in the comment section couldn't see the game also, right? But so away from that, first quarter of an hour was missed to no fault of our own. So outside of that, what do you guys make of the players' performance so far? I think the players that are standing out to myself is Damien Lowe and Jonathan Russell, right? Based on what I could see. What do you guys make of those two players' performances there? I'm waiting to see I think I might just have to wait until full time until I can see Warner Brown's goal, because I still can't see it. They probably showed it and I missed it, but I do have one of the greats in YouTube. Someone who is familiar with my platform. Please do give him a warm welcome, Mr. Coach DaCosta. How are you, sir?
Doing fine, Crystal. How are you?
I am well now that you're here. I am well.
Okay.
You're here. How are you?
Sorry, I was supposed to be here the whole match, but I had a misunderstanding, Mr. Ryan LFC. I didn't understand what he meant.
That's okay. That's okay. I felt bad. So basically, I wanted to know about Boza, and I was just like, the best person to ask about Boza is either yourself or Ryan, without getting my information twisted. Do you see what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. So, well, exactly what about Boza do you want to know?
I actually wanted to know the reason for his omission, because he seems as if he's been axed. The way that I've framed it is that he has been axed from the Reggae Boyz squad, right? But again, I wanted you to add some meat to the bone of what I've said. So I figured it's either you or Ryan that could clarify that for me.
Okay, Shamar Nicholson has been a good player for Jamaican side. He's actually the leading goal scorer from this last cycle here for Jamaica. He has the most goals for Jamaica. He's a scrappy player. He's a hard-working player, and especially a game match like this, he'd probably be up top, for that kind of thing. But what McLaren is seeing now is with the Russells and the Mothersills and the Dixons and the Warner Browns, and he's seen that what Bosa lacks in skill and in technical ability, he gets from those players, and he gets everything else from the hard work and the speed and stuff from those players too. So that would be the odd man out. You have to understand it's going to be more forwards coming and wingers coming for Jamaica. So the
Yeah.
choices are, what's the upside? Bosa has a lower ceiling than a Mothersill, a Dixon, name it all the way. Russell, Burrell,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and things like that. So you have to, at some point, you want to thank the baller for his outstanding contribution, to the Reggae Boys and the thing like that. But for this coaching regime, they don't see a future for him because of the players I just said. Now, which one of those? Who would you start Boza over any of those players from all of that playing today, from the players to Leon Bailey to all? Who would you start Boza over one of them?
That's an excellent question. So, excluding the Unity Cup, and we look back at when we saw Warner Brown played last, and I was saying to myself when he scored that this is almost like your classic one man's blessing is another man's curse. And I looked at his performance and I said to myself, now Boza has something to think about. I'm not saying that he gotten complacent, but what I'm saying is this is now someone that's just watching you like a hawk, ready to pickpocket you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, remember, if you're running in place, right, people are passing you.
Yeah.
What these young, hungry ballers, they're passing you, Boza. You understand that? They're passing you. And it's not the coach's fault because you know what? Once again, do you know what a high floor versus low ceiling or a high ceiling versus low floor? A lot of players that have a lot of potential, right? And they're not realizing they have a high ceiling. That's if you can teach them, like Mr. Richard King, right?
Yeah.
As a center back, if he's get taught how to the cerebral part of the match, he can be in the EPL. That's the kind of talent a young man like that has, and things like that, right? So he has a very high ceiling. When you have a low floor, it means that you're doing stuff right now. Your physical makeup or the way you play the game, the aggressiveness, it allows you to compete on that, but you won't be able to compete at higher levels.
Yeah. Yes.
Because you can compete at certain levels because of your physical attributes and your mental. But when it comes to the top, the highest ceiling, you can't compete there because you don't have the foot skills. You understand? Necessary,
Yeah.
the touch necessary. And
Absolutely.
that's what's happening. And a lot of players are not real, and especially the fans are not realistic when it comes to the thing as far as evaluating players. There's an American football coach up here named Bill Belichick, right? And one of the things that Belichick used to say was the fact that it's better to replace a player a year early than a year too late.
Amen. Amen. Yes. Yeah. You got to get that transitional.
There you
Essentially,
go.
if you're looking at club football, what you want is, and I think Bayern Munich have done it incredibly well over the years, where they would have the old regime and the new regime, and the old regime pass the baton to the new regime. You want that smooth transition where it's just like you're doing like a 4x100
Yes,
race,
relay.
where you're
Yes,
passing the baton to each other. Just
exactly.
don't drop the bloody baton. Get
Yeah.
over the finish line.
Yeah, and so once again, this is what you as a coach now and as a leader, you have to plan 5, 10, 20 years in the future.
Absolutely.
Even though 90% of your energy is on this squad and stuff, you in the back of your mind, you have to be planning for if you're 2030 World Cup. You have to be, you have to have a thought about what you're going to do and things like that. So instead of bringing, and a lot of people don't like my take on it, instead of bringing Mikel Antonio, it's going to be like 35 for the next year World Cup, right?
Yeah.
Bring one of the younger strikers. That's 21, 20 years old now. Mothersill, right?
Yeah.
So he get okay. Because right now, are you starting Mikel Antonio next year? Is he your first choice for your Reggae Boy?
Right. How I look at it, coach, and obviously you can guide me because you're a coach. I'm just someone who loves the game, but I'm about principle, and I think you have to own your stripes. And like I said, again, one man's blessing is another man's curse, and vice versa. But these players that we're currently seeing now, especially that front three, they're playing out their socks. So you cannot just replace them because you have a name, is basically what I'm saying, right?
Right. And then guess what? Guess who would do well in this match right here? This little bunker down thing.
Who?
Who were we just talking about?
No, we didn't talk about him. Warner Brown?
No.
Oh my God, Boza.
No, Mikel Antonio.
Mikel Antonio. Yeah.
Big brutish fellow. it
Yeah.
gets in the muck when the balls are lobbed in and things like that. Real
Yeah.
target man, thing like that, as opposed to Cephas, who's not a target man, back to the defense type thing,
Yeah.
where he collects, hold up the ball, wingers come and shoot, midfielders come in, dropping, moving, boom, knocking like that.
Yeah.
Cephas is a front runner. He wants the ball, he wants to turn and go at defense, or he wants the ball over top to run into space, run onto the ball. It's different.
Yeah.
Miguel Antonio gives you all of that, but Miguel Antonio is technically not as skillful as some of these players. Am I right or wrong?
No, and it's a fantastic observation, because I think you want to put the reggae into our football, don't you? You want us to have a bit of a rhythm, a bit of a je ne sais quoi about us, and for us to do that, you need skillful players. Like, we have that natural born talent, and we need to be capitalizing on it.
And the thing about it, you have a Mikel on your bench for certain reasons, right? For certain matches. Not all matches in the World Cup qualifier or the World Cup are going to be the same. And you might need something like, if a team bunkers in you like this now, you need somebody up in there scrapping and battling and winning ball. Because right now, when we lob the ball in, not only are we winning the first ball, the second ball, because we have all five of them going at the goal at the same time. When you see the ball crossed in or lobbed into the British BVI's area, and you need
Yeah.
somebody there for reading the play and dropping back in midfield for that second ball. And somebody, that's why we need a target man. And
Yeah.
we don't have a target man in this match. And the game is so lethargic and so slow paced, which is what BVI wants. And then guess what? They want to hold it, and then they want to start to counterattack and try to
Yeah.
win on. And so they have a plan that they're executing. What you now have to do is force them out of their comfort zone and their plan, and make
Yeah.
them play some ball. But we're not doing that, because you see, we're not. The second ball is not being won, and I want you to pay attention that when the second half starts here, when those balls are played either side, Jamaicans are not getting into position. If a ball is lobbed into that midfield and Jamaica's defending, the first person's on him and the second person's there to win the second ball and take the ball
Yeah.
from and start the counter attack. We're not doing that. That's just leaving 1v1 in the middle of the park, and we have the numbers back. We're just not playing proper football.
I looked at the play there from BVI. The lads are just walking back onto the pitch, by the way, guys. And I looked at it, and I'm getting the sense that the instruction from their backroom staff would have been, and it's not to be disrespectful, I'm sure you've seen their run of form coming into the game, but it's giving that sense of their observation. Based on my observation, is that the instructions could potentially have been, let's not let this get to an embarrassing scoreline, because they are sniffing themselves out of danger as best as they can so far. No,
yes. Oh, you trust me. BVI will grow into the match as far as defensively, and a
Yeah.
magical thing happens. Crystal, is the fact that when a defensive unit and a team starts to gel and starts to defend, say you're up 1-0 and you have to kill off the last 5 minutes of a match, and they start to play team defense, passing on attackers and runners and tracking runners through the area and organizing and talking, stepping and trapping and all this thing, so you can kill off the game. It's one of the best feelings in where you kill off the game and your defense, because you work, because there's a team effort to kill that game off and win the thing. And that's what you don't want. BVI, you want to come out here in the second half and get another goal to crush their spirit as soon as possible. But what happened is Jamaica decided to possess the ball, because BVI give it to them, but they had nobody in the midfield that's special. Because a lot of times when you can't break lines, right, Crystal?
Yeah.
And your defense and your one of your center backs send a skillful midfielder ball. He's able to turn and beat that first defender and break that line. No, he goes to the other line, right? Somebody has to come out to that line to deal with him.
Yeah.
And that creates the space for his teammates now back there. What happened is they're able to keep their line solid, and nobody's breaking that first four in the midfield. And then the last four on the last line, all I have to worry about is lobs and crosses and things like that. There's still, there's just too many players in the zone. And I think like that. It looked like we're about to kick off the second match.
Yeah, looks like we're almost about to kick off there. Be interesting if you can double the lead. I'm with you. I was listening to yourself and Ryan, which is why I wanted you to come onto the show. Because I agree with you. Beating BVI by a thumping scoreline, that's nothing for us to get carried away about. And again, I agree with you. I think it was you that said it, Coach, on Ryan's channel last night, that a game like this isn't about showboating. Like, you're not getting nothing out of showboating.
Yeah,
Do
you're right.
play It's not about tricks and flips. Do the game. Do what is expected of you. Win the game. If you can keep a clean sheet, even better. But it's not about showboating for an opponent like this. You're not getting no one's respect by
Yeah,
showboating against BVI.
yeah. Beat your chest, say you score against BVI. Yeah, right. Really,
Yeah, no,
that's
I
not
agree
something.
with you. When you said that last night, I said, yeah, spot on. I definitely
Yeah.
agree with you. And it looks like we're on the way now.
Look,
For the
sorry,
side.
Crystal. It's two substitutions made by BVI here
Yeah,
at halftime.
yeah. See if I can bring that back up on my screen.
Okay, same thing now. Look, but look who's inside the number 2 shirt. Isn't that your right back? Then Dexter Lemekisa in the midfield. Jamaica is something else. And once again, you see where Lemekisa number 2 shirt, right? Is that Lemekisa, right?
Yeah, Lembeke says number 2.
He's playing midfield.
So they've got him down in midfield.
Look where you look at this. See, there's too many touches. Cephas
So
right there.
perhaps he has dropped down in, I can see him in midfield. So maybe he has gone in midfield, and perhaps does that
What?
indicate Damien Lowe would have gone to the back line?
No, what they're trying to do is break down this low, this bunker defense from them. And one of the things they've come up with at halftime is to put him there for whatever reason. I don't know what they're thinking. You'd have to ask them. But here's a pressure now, Jamaica. Maybe because they're going to press and they want him there pressing in that middle part to maximum pressure.
Potentially.
So
But what do you make of what do you make of Jonathan Russell's performance so far in the first 45?
well, Russell is not. Well, first of all, when you don't have getting service, even in the midfield, he's not getting the ball. He's not getting the touches necessary to affect the game, to affect the match. See the second ball won by BVI again. Once again, Crystal, when balls are lobbed in, Jamaica's not coached to, while the ball is in flight, to anticipate that the opponent's going to win some of those balls. We're anticipating that Jamaica's going to win the ball, and that's why they're standing there flat and not there for that second ball. And then we're just fouling too much, too handsy, and we got to stop that.
Yeah, I think with Jonathan Russell, he does catches the eye so far, first 45, and again instantly in the second 45, playing more forward than deep lying, though I don't know what you make of that. BVI inside the box.
That's
and I
horrible
think,
defending from Jamaican side. Horrible defending. How can you have a man it's wide open on the wing like that? If that's a more competent baller, he's getting that strike on goal and scoring that. Did you see that, Crystal?
yeah, I did.
So when I criticize Jamaica for not being organized and not being properly coached, these are the reasons. On that back line, before that free kick is taken, you scan and say, oh, there's a free runner on the left wing. 20 yards open. Somebody go and mark him. That type, Anyways, where's the second ball? Jamaica finally wins the second ball. Now see, but it's a foul called on that first ball. And BVI, once again, majority of the play is in Jamaica's half to begin this second half. We're into the 49th minute. It's 1-0 Jamaica over BVI in the CONCACAF Qualifiers. It's FIFA World Cup 2026. Talawa TV.
You know what it is, Coach? If you don't mind, I'm gonna let you do some leading. Yeah, because you're ahead of me, so
I'm ahead of you.
Yeah.
Okay, Jamaica now living low, looking to counterattack. Jamaica, once again, too much possession for Jamaica as they're dispossessed from the ball. Jamaica just went on a counterattack, right? And you probably see it right here, right? And instead of 1 and 2 touches, get it through the zone and get it to the forwards as soon as possible, they're what's called ball stoppers. They want to stop the ball and take some touches on it. And it's just, you don't want to do that. Please don't do that. And here's Damari Gray with possession. Jamaica should switch this point of attack across that back line. But thank you. Now they're switching it. Look at how much space they have to play.
Coach, do you mind if I leave you on screen just for like maybe 1
Sure.
minute?
Go ahead, Crystal. I got you covered.
Thank you so much.
There's a man, Blake, the goalkeeper, MLS goalkeeper of the year a couple times. This one of the best keepers in CONCACAF. Has not just has not gotten the playing time the last few games because of injury and commitment in MLS. So we're so happy to see him here. Turning in the midfield and going at defenders. Here's Jamaica with an opportunity. Second ball's now Jamaica on top of it. Here's Gray, Damari Gray, looking to shoot at a long range shot. Second ball, Jamaica wins it. Here's Dixon, and it should go out for a corner kick for Jamaica and the Jamaican side again with an opportunity with the corner kick. Here comes Damari Gray again. Damari Gray's first 3 corner kicks have left a lot to be desired. We have to do better with our execution, on these set pieces. Lots of goals are scored on set pieces, and we want to make sure that we capitalize on these opportunities. Look at the flag, a corner flag. The wind is really whipping. That could be one of the reasons why Gray is having issues with the corner kick, because a ball of his quality normally performs a lot better than this. Can he slice through the wind? Yeah.
Yes, Coach DaCosta. I'm going to turn my camera on in a few bit, but I'm just doing something behind the scenes quickly. Yeah, that's something that I didn't consider, because I was looking at his corner kicks and I'm thinking they're not as crisp as they usually are.
Yeah. And ball goes off for a throw-in for BVI. Yeah, it's a lot of, and then this is a narrow field, Crystal. You know how narrow this field is? There's not a lot of space to play and pull a team apart and pull them side to side and then find the cracks and go through and try to score on them. So we're in the 53rd minute now. It's important. Jamaica needs to score, or substitutions need to start to happen at the 60th minute. Diving in was just Russell, and he missed it. Jamaica now defending because of the possession of BVI. BVI now with an opportunity, somebody out wide, and it's a turnover. Here's Greg Lee with the ball. Has low inside. It's Gray. Look at Gray, looking to switch it. Nice ball from Gray. He's in. Dixon, can he get a shot? And he toe pokes it rather than really set somebody up. And you have to give poor marks on his decision there. Give us a fake, put on your left foot, but for you to toe poke the ball in that situation shows that you lack the experience to be a top striker, because you giving the chance away and you had people open. Now, Crystal, if nobody's there with him on the run and he's open, whatever you can. If you got a toe poke, get this. Try to strange things have happened. The ball bubbles and hits a clump of grass and goes by the keeper, whatever. But now you have teammates in the box and the defenders come at such a hard pace. Fake that, pull that ball back, and either shoot with your left foot or set one of your teammates up for a bang in. But to give a toe poke, no. We're not getting the replays we normally get from a match.
Exactly, Coach DaCosta. And I thought it was just me. I'm like, so far, I've still not seen Warner Brown's goal. I'm not sure if you saw it or if you can describe it to us, but I've not seen Warner Brown's goal neither.
Yeah, once again, it was a header. Now to find a replay. Look at Dixon. Dixon's in, right? Look at this. And he toe pokes the thing. And look at the back post. Cephas running in there. That's what I'm talking about. They just showed a replay, so you'll get a look at the replay, the last action right there. But they replayed it once, but you couldn't really analyze it because it didn't give you the close-up look. That's what I was looking for, to see them.
Yeah, something.
Who did what?
More of a stadium issue, then, isn't it? It's probably related to the stadium.
Well, it's steady and the equipment available to them. What they use normally, say this is a 6-camera shoot, meaning you have 2 cameras up top of the stadium, one behind each goalpost, and one down ground level. You see the guy with the purple umbrella covering it, because it's raining now. And let's also tell the folks it's raining in BVI right now. There's rain at this match, and
it's very British, a bit like my weather right now. My weather is raining as well, so we're all in the same boat.
Now look at the long ball. Russell's in. Look at the afro. Let your soul glow. I know you don't know that reference there, Crystal.
Let your
Lambakisa back to, and what was that? He has to be striking on goal with that. I understand he's trying to chip it to the back post for a header and stuff like that, but there was no pressure on you. And you'll see it come up right now, you know. But you gotta love what's going on with the Jamaica right now. Jamaica has actually turned up the pressure on BVI, and we're seeing some attacks into the area. And what's going on here? Is a substitution going on? Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, the man is comes Chippy. Oh Lord, and
Bailey on.
and here come Romario Williams. Remember that big center forward I was telling you about? Big, strong, hold up
Yeah.
center forward play. That's who Romario Williams is. Watch him go up top now. Watch him start to lob some balls
He's
into the
coming
area.
on for Warner Brown and Bailey's coming on for Kaheem Dixon.
Yeah, when you want to break down your choice of lineups, it determines whether you know what your opponent is going to be doing. If they're playing a low box and things like that, you got to start lobbing some balls in the area, and then have some players running off it or running onto, or the second ball being won. So look for more target man football now because Williams in there, and he'll be a one man press up there at times.
Yeah. Well, guys, if you're tuning in, I'm going to be letting Coach DaCosta do the leading commentary for the second 45 because he is actually about a minute ahead of me. So it doesn't make sense me repeating what he's saying. So thank you for those of you who have hit the like button. Please do continue to hit the like button. I will turn my camera back on in a couple of minutes or so, okay? I'm just dealing with some private matters. So I've just got to turn off the camera temporarily, okay?
All right. BVI now with some pressure against the Jamaicans, and we're able to get the ball on top of the area. Unable to get a shot off though, but it's still they're still applying a pressure to the Jamaican side. Let's see the Jamaicans mark up man to man. And if I'm BVI, I'm going into the box. And they decide to go negative. Jamaica should step on this one and put some pressure on them. Here's Romario Williams. He should be at the head of this press. Now, once they turn him over, it's 1 and 2 touch. Like right here, give it up, give it up. Stop dribbling. So see if his natural thing is to dribble. You understand that?
Yes.
And he should have given it up and squared the ball inside, and Jamaica start to switch the point of attack. Continue to switch the point of attack now. See, there you go. But you know, here's Jamaica now, and he turns his back to him. Here's Leon Bailey. Leon Bailey now showing some dribbling skill, and able to get the ball. Leon wants the ball back, and instead of getting it back, ball bubbles on. I don't know who's that in the midfield. It looked like is that the number 8 shirt? No, that's Damari Gray. I thought Damari Gray had an opportunity to send Leon Bailey in, but let's see if Bailey changes this match. See how about see right here, the ball really bubbled on him. The ball bubbled on Damari Gray, which is why he had to resort to that touch. Once again, now here's Jamaica. Can they win that second ball? Jamaica has to win that second ball. The foul is called against Jamaica, and it'll be a free kick to British Virgin Islands. 58th minute now. Jamaica up 1-0 in what has to be a disappointing, slow-paced match for Jamaica because with a 1-0 score, you're only a goal away from being tied up. Some changes have been made. Romario Williams has been brought in as well as Leon Bailey. BVI has gone much more long ball, and once again, they're winning the second ball. There's Jamaica with the ball now. Keeper. A foul is called, or no, maybe they just stop play. And oftentimes the referee will stop play because of head-to-head contact.
Yes.
If there's a head-to-head collision, you know, the FIFA rules say he can stop the match and restart. It will be a dropped ball.
Looks like it's in relation to a BVI player on my end, but again, I am delayed by about a minute behind you.
Here's a replay. Oh, it was a collision. And sometimes, Crystal, there's a little gamesmanship goes on. Remember,
yeah, 100%.
So far, the result is even though they're losing 1-0, the
Yeah,
game is still within reach, which is a victory for BVI.
it is. I think, you know, naturally, and you probably back me on this, naturally, the longer it stays to a scoreline as such is anyone's game. You know, it's anyone's game, and coming into this game, they obviously they've come into this game on the back end of a defeat, playing on home soil. Naturally, you want to go back to winning ways, don't you? And if it stays at 1-0, you're in dangerous territory. The longer the game draws to a close.
As suspected, restart would be a drop ball to Jamaica. They were in possession of the ball when the referee stopped for the injuries. And now we're back again. Restart again. Jamaica in possession. Blake at his feet. Out to Richard King. Richard King now. And Lemakisa back inside again. You see that, Crystal? Oh, in a few moments, you're going to see that Dexter Lemakisa, the left back. Oh, here's a shot chance for Jamaica. Can they win that second ball? Jamaica now, 1-2. Oh, almost. Jamaica in possession once again. But that's for Mario Williams. You see, he's over there trying to send Russell in.
Mm.
He's going to see Romario Williams, big center forward, holding the play and trying to square. Good defending from BVI, though. Very narrow field. So it's a very narrow field. Here's Jamaica now. Switch a point of attack. Instead, he's trying to find Russell on the wing. There's King. King now trying to find Cephas, who's wide open on the left wing. No, that's not Cephas. That's Demarai Gray. Great with the ball, showing a little dribble. See, it's individual as opposed to playing some combination. And then it's an awfully poor. It's a corner. Was it deflected? Yeah, it looked like it was deflected. If not, poor marks for that one. Yeah, it was. It looked like it was deflected. It was deflected. The attempted cross was deflected, so it will be a corner kick. Now the wind and the rain now will affect this. You really want the keeper to handle this ball or right across that 6-yard box, Crystal. You want that ball because that ball falls. You want to be surrounding it for that second ball and kick this in the back of the net. Look for the yellow shirts to jump and the green shirts to jump, and that'll tell you who wants it more, Crystal. Watch this. Look for yellow shirts versus green shirts jumping.
Yellow shirt on that occasion, it seems.
Yeah, he hits it out.
It seems as if Coach DaCosta and the guys in the comment section that, again, pertaining to what you just said, Coach, with the weather conditions and the wind, that might play to either team's advantage, potentially BVI pegging us back because they seem as if they could match us for height inside the box, doesn't it?
Well, it's not just the height, it's the effort. You got in header, you have to want that ball. You have to elevate and you have to attack it. That's what I seen was not attacking the ball.
That's true. It's a good observation.
From Jamaica, anyway. All I saw was a yellow shirt going for that ball. And and Crystal, one of the things is even if you don't win the ball, when you run with them and jump with them in the box, you cause them to make a little more mistake than they would normally not. Here's Leon Bailey now. Leon Bailey looking to square the ball inside. He gets it inside. Shot on goal. Outside of foot is blocked by BVI. Leon Bailey comes on and makes some things shake. Here's a back post trying to find Bailey. Bailey's there. It hits the defender. Bailey looking to square it. Gives it to Lembakisa, and Lembakisa makes a dog's dinner out of it. Just poor quality, Dexter. Lash the ball, Dexter. Stop trying to bend it like a Brazilian. Did you see that one?
Yeah.
I think you caught up.
I'm a little, just slightly delayed behind you now. Better than before, but Bailey coming on, trying to drum up some spark into the game in replacement of Dixon.
Bailey has done exactly that. Several crosses that were not there in the first half are coming there from that wing. So let's see if that continues. Leon Bailey, see, ball is see once again tip. Oh, it's handling. Look at that. It's a handball. It's a handling. You see that? And Jamaicans should have been awarded a free kick right there. I mean, a penalty kick. But maybe the referees deemed it was too fast to play and the ball just came up. But you see the effect Romario Williams is having as that center forward, the target man. Good old direct football. Second ball won again by BVI. And Jamaica now in possession again. Good defending by the Jamaican side, able to quality attack. Now turning in midfield is Richard King. Richard King now trying to find, looks like Gray, just poor quality. Or was it Cephas he's going for with the ball over the top that was intercepted by BVI? So once again, the pace of the match has not improved much. And this should go out for a goal kick, which it does. And Jamaica now should quickly restart this. I never understood why teams take their time, allow the defenders to get back into their defensive shape and position, unless there's a substitution going on.
Seems like someone is down on the decks there, Coach DaCosta for Jamaica.
Someone is down. Look like it's King.
Yeah, looks like could it be a potential hamstring injury? Is he holding his hamstring?
Well, let's take a look. See, we don't get the close-ups that we see. It's also far distance. Normally, if they zoom in and give us a close-up, we can see what he's grabbing there.
I think he might be grabbing his hamstring there, I think.
Yeah, he's working on his the left hamstring. He is looking at that left hamstring. Here comes the medical staff for Jamaica.
He might have tweaked his hamstring, got the stretcher coming out. The stretcher is never a good sign, or there's probably precautionary.
Well, remember now, you have a bigger match on Tuesday, potentially, that you really have to win, because you're not going to make up the goal differential playing like this.
No.
Right now, remember, Guatemala has 11 in goal difference, is plus 11, and Jamaica is plus 3.
Yeah, right now, plus 3 right now.
Why is that important? On Tuesday's match, if Tuesday's match is a draw, Guatemala wins the group on goal difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's why you really wanted a squad that was going to come out here and pound this BVI team and not play at the pace and the style the way it is. Now, do you think Leon Bailey didn't start because of his comments? Do you think that's a possibility?
That's the intriguing one. I think we have to hold our horses with that one, because as they say, context is key. Context is everything. That's not making excuses for him, but we have no idea what he meant by that.
Leon Bailey is a first choice right winger in normal times, regardless of who is there. So if the JFF or the coaching staff wants to send a message to Leon, that would be the message, not starting him, because that would ding his ego so much.
I think what would, if it is a case of they're trying to send a message based on what he allegedly said, and again, context is key. I think the most potent message would have been, okay, we see you in Jamaica. That's how to send a message to a player, in my opinion. But like I said, context is key in everything. And also, it could be a case of, again, we spoke about this at the early stage of the live stream, where it seems as if Steve McLaren does somewhat succumb to pressure. So perhaps he heard what was being said on YouTube pertaining to Kaheem Dixon and said, no, I've got to start him. Otherwise, they're going to be on my back.
Yeah, they're going to be nothing was done to Leon Bailey. Now he's taking care of that. Now we have 2 substitutions getting ready to come in. Dexter Latabodair is coming in, as well as Casey Palmer. Put that ball down and let the midfielder take it. Jamaicans are now allowed to make their substitution. Let's see who comes off. Should be King for Latabodair if King is injured with that hamstring. And once again, they're not showing what's going on with the substitution. So, and the rain is okay.
Coach DaCosta.
Russell's come off for Casey Palmer. Let's see what Latabodair is. Jamaica, more possession. Look like Latabodair's gone up in the midfield. Because the Jamaicans have shown they can play with 3 in the back. Here's Cephas.
Weather condition.
Once again, the biggest problem I have with Cephas' decision making is don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. Jamaica was going forward in the last foray, but he cut the ball back rather than cross the ball. It should have been a diagonal ball back across, And in the training park, right, I'm gonna try to attempt to cross it back across the top of the 6-yard box, far enough away from the keeper. But and here's Jamaica now, another opportunity. Demarai Gray loses the ball, but Jamaica still in possession. Shot on goal! Oh, wicked ball off the crossbar. Did you see that shot? Jamaica.
I'm nowhere near that. I don't even know who took the shot.
Oh, wow. I got to see a replay on that. Look at this here. Wow. Ball comes down. Demarai Gray with the ball. He loses it. Then Mario Williams with the shot, and he hits the post. He dings one off the post. Keeper now for BVI is down. And once again, is this gamesmanship? Are they trying to run some time off the clock? Trying to shorten this match as much as possible. Keeper is still down. We're in the 71st minute. Jamaica 1, BVI 0. It's CONCACAF Qualifiers, the FIFA World Cup 2026, an important match for the Jamaicans, as well as Tuesday's important match against Guatemala. Guatemala and Jamaica on top of the table right now as things stand. And looks like the winner of that match, if Jamaica needs to win that match to win the group, and Guatemala right now only has to hold Jamaica to a draw to win the group. Although, Crystal, did you hear that they say, the next round is going to be seeded by FIFA rankings and not by the results?
Oh, really?
That's what Ryan was saying, which just doesn't make any sense for us to be in groups.
As in the third round?
No, what's the next round? We're in the first round, or is this the second? What round is this?
This is the second round.
Second round. So apparently, if you want to guarantee the spot, you have to win the group, and then the next best second place team.
Okay, could
But
be.
the danger in that is that if your ranking drops, then you get in a group with Panama or Costa Rica or another big time team. And when only one team makes it out that group, you might be in trouble. You understand? You want to put yourself. You want to get in one of the easier groups against some of the teams you can handle.
Yeah, that could make sense because because with this one with this stage right here, this round 2. Or the second round is the group winners, which you've already alluded to, the group winners and the runners-up. So 12 teams in total will progress to the third and final round. So, that's quite intriguing.
Oh, so good. I'm glad you did your quick research there.
No. I was basically regurgitating what's been said already.
Okay.
The live stream for the guys who missed it earlier on.
But see, right now they should be showing some replays and some highlights or something right now because an injured goalkeeper, because that Romario Williams shot was something else. And when I told people why Romario Williams was included in this match, I told them for this exact reason. When a team bunkers on you and plays this low block, you need big, strong forwards up there as target men to win the ball, lay the ball off, and so your speedy wingers and more creative wingers and midfielders coming through. Get an opportunity. This game called more for a Ravel in the midfield, Ravel Morrison in the midfield because of the skill level and ability to beat individual defenders and opponents.
Yeah.
And, so once again, they're saying Kaheem Dixon had a poor game. No, he had no room to run. This is not a conventional team where they attack you, you attack them, you get space on the wing for him to operate. They're not going to give you that with a low block. They're not going to give you those opportunities and space to counterattack them. The space is not going to be there on the wing because they're back so far defensively. Now, when they do come out and counterattack you, that's when you have to take advantage of it. But Jamaica doesn't play the ball from the back quickly enough and don't switch the point of attack. And it's not 1 and 2 touches through that midfield and and give it to the forward so they can run on it. They got to take 5, 6 touches on the back line and stuff like that. And in midfield, that's why you kill the counterattack when you do that.
Someone in the comment section said, Coach Acosta is ahead of me, hence he's leading on the second half commentary, so that I don't repeat what he's already said. So I'm actually behind Coach Lacosta and the majority of you guys in the comment section.
Yeah, but I said we're behind because whatever stream you're watching, I'm watching the CONCACAF stream on YouTube. So somebody else that's watching something that's a little more stream that's ahead because it's just because of the stream. And we just have to make the best of it, guys. Is BVI. See, watch this second ball, right? Normally you see him challenge for that first ball. First ball, second ball, have to win it. And Jamaica wins it. Oh, but then he heads it straight up in the air. Pushing it back against BVI, and it's a free kick to Jamaica. Quickly, send it right now. Send it over the top. But somebody has to go for that second ball. And Jamaica wastes the opportunity to go forward with a short ball. I never, you get an opportunity to lob the ball into the area and then set up players for that second ball. Chippy. Great. Now here's Palmer. Casey Palmer. Good win in there. The foul call against BVI. This is a great opportunity for Jamaica. This free kick set piece opportunity for Jamaica. Can they cross this ball and square it in? It's look like Latibadair is the one that's down, got kicked. Of course, the key, see, you got Damari Gray and Leon Bailey on the ball, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna see. Okay, okay, Leon Bailey's kicking this. You wanna know why?
Go on.
Because he set the ball, he marked the ball.
Okay.
See, when you see him spin and rolling and mark the ball, they're taking
Yeah,
it.
I can see it now. Both him and Gray standing over it, but it looks like he's going to take it.
Well, remember now, you have to understand that they want their sweet spot that they've been practiced on in pit. Hey, this is Leon Bailey taking it. Back post, shot on goal. Oh, and there's rebound. Nobody there for the rebound. But well executed free kick play for Jamaica. You had a quality ball squared in there. You had Jamaica won it. It just didn't direct it away from the keeper. You just kicked it right to the keeper. But remember that now, Crystal. When they mark the ball, that in the training pitch, right? They know where their sweet spot on the ball, where they want their foot to hit it, so they get the bend they want. You understand that? So they know that. So when they spin it and put it down, that's what they're doing.
Coach's eye. I like that.
Nice ball, but unable to get through. Good idea. And he beats two defenders with one ball for BVI. And this kid has some speed, apparently. Here's BVI. Now, see, this is all they want. They want an opportunity. And he beats a defender. Shots on goal. Saved by Blakey. Cleared by Jamaica. Nobody straight up top for the counterattack. And, we cannot come back. Romari Williams has to stay up top there. Bad, poor play from BVI is Leon Bailey. One of the things I don't want Leon taking that tackle. Why are we going backwards? Let's go forward with the thing. Joe Latibadair now able to turn in midfield. Latibadair to Romario Williams. Williams now on the wing. Here's Cephas. No, this is Williams. That's Williams on the wing. Shot on goal, and he misses it. Oh, my goodness. Romario Williams. Shot goes begging at the far post. But you got to love the build-up, though, Crystal. That was a nice counterattack for Jamaica. You just wish he had his finishing boots on.
I think both Romario and Bailey have added some energy to the second 45.
Yes. Now look at him. Pick your head up now and pick up Mr. Bailey. That's all I want is awareness. If he had looked up and seen Bailey and still shot, I'm not mad at him. But the fact that it's so look how Damian Lowe get beat like that, man. Damian Lowe can't get beat like that. That's disqualifying Mr. Lowe. Right there could be 1-1 in and Jamaica go anyway.
We're now in the danger zone, aren't we? Now
We're
in the
80th minute. Pushing it back, no call from the official. I never know why officials allow defenders to manhandle forwards, and then the forward touches the defender and it's a foul. Jamaica now, still opportunity to build. And Crystal, your observation was quite astute. You're right on target. Jamaica has looked, since the addition of those substitution, Williams and Bailey, Jamaica has looked much more lively.
Yes,
You
they've
see
had
that?
some energy to the front
Yes.
line.
And you saw Bailey, right? Bailey, instead of going for the first ball, he went for that second ball from that long pass from his teammate. He knew he couldn't win that first ball, so he was attacking the second ball, which is what we need more of. This whole gate. Can he turn? Once again, your right back is in the center part there. For whatever reason, they've decided to go that way. And here's Jamaica in possession. Now this ball needs to be switched quickly, and while you're switching it quickly, the holes are happening as the defense switches. But we're just too slow and too lethargic right here. Out to the wing, but to these feet, you're a professional ball player, Casey Palmer. You cannot hit a pass by 5 yards. Are the weather condition or the field condition that bad? Palmer using his brute strength in there, unable. You see, he has to pass it a little more outside because the defender is going to stay goal side and inside on that. It's going to stay goal side, so you want that little flick to be more outside. I mean, British version has had a good accounting of themselves.
Absolutely. Think away from them.
Yeah, nothing to take away. We're in the 81st minute, about to be 82nd minute, and it's 1-0 in the match. Here's Gray. Jamaica now, 3v2. Leon Bailey, one man to beat. He beats him. Leon Bailey, right foot cross. He crosses it, and cleared. Low now opens up. Should get it right back. In the middle right there is Lamakisa. Turn, Lamakisa, turn, and use space. Inside. He tries to run past the defender and gets pulled down, and it's a foul. But once again, I see another substitution getting ready to come in. Is that Atkinson? It looked like Atkinson, busy Atkinson.
Number 12 looks like Atkinson coming on.
Atkinson coming on. He was one of the players that a lot of people had a problem with as far as a selection. Because once again, Mothersill, who is 6'2", you understand, to attack a bunker game, Sifa's coming off, versus a diminutive player like Atkinson. He's a very small player. You understand?
Yeah, he is. He is a tiny player.
So this game, as you see in all these corner kicks and balls floating in there, you need height to attack a bunker defense and things like that. So that's why people were saying it was a business decision why he was included.
I mean, the argument there does appear to hold water, because that's why I said to you, when it comes to those duels there, they seem as if they can either match us or get the better of us. And you touched on the important difference between the two is the desire, who wants it more. And therefore it could be some dangerous territory as we close off on the full 90.
Yes, so we're in 83rd minute now, and a 1-0 result. While it's always good to get a victory, really does not bode well for Jamaica, and it gives Guatemala a game plan coming to the National Stadium in Kingston. But the only difference is Guatemala's counterattack is much more lethal than British Virgin Islands is. Down the wing, here's Romario Williams. Williams gets knocked off the ball, and you just really can't do that. You can't have that. And to your point, that guy is just as big as Romario Williams. Romario Williams is not a small fellow. And
he's not.
And he shouldered him off that ball, because Williams let the ball run rather than chopping it back or something,
What I like about football in our region, coach, is that teams nowadays really don't sniff that fear factor. They don't carry that fear factor irrespective of the opponent. So the quality across the board is improving. I'm not sure if that's something that you would agree on.
There's several factors that led to that. Normally, I've always said the Central American teams have benefited from MLS more than anyone else because a lot of their players are playing in the MLS and getting experience
Yeah.
at a professional level. When you look at all these Spanish names, they're from El Salvador, Panama, Costa Rica, wherever, right? Guatemala and things like that. The other thing is the fact that the knowledge is there because
Yeah.
of technology a lot of time. But back in my day, it was a saying from coaches, the game is to be sold, not told. And that what
Yeah.
that means is that you should be looking to make a profit off of it. And you can't just tell players that's just a lazy cross from look like Williams or so. Who was that? I don't know, on that wing. Is Jamaica, don't go backwards. You see, they rely on their dribbling abilities all the time. As So back to my point, the game is to be sold, not told. So
Yeah.
it, quality coaching was kept secret from a lot of players unless you pay them. Instead of being available to the whole masses now. But now, because of the internet and YouTube and other places, you can see the quality coaching. You have an Instagram, and these things when
Yeah.
you follow some football site, you see the advice coming in from other saying, "Oh, you want to be a good striker? Do this, do this, do this. Defenders do this," and you see that those
It's
little
no longer
nuggets. Yeah.
no longer an exclusive club.
Yes, it's no longer an exclusive club. The knowledge is there for those who want it, but to go and
Yeah.
find it. And sometimes in Instagram, you're doing other things, and guy comes up with a football tip that helps you in your get match. It's Jamaican with a slow build up and bad touch on that wing leads to a throw into the British Virgin Island. 86th minute, and it's like I said, a lot of Jamaicans will be upset with this win, but you remember, you just don't have the type of team to break down. They don't trust each other. I've often said the number one ingredient in any relationship is trust.
Yeah.
You and your husband or boyfriend, you and your kids, if you're not trusting each other, then you can't. Same thing now with a football team. If you can't trust your teammates to do what they're doing, you understand? You
Yeah,
need to
absolutely.
trust. Yeah, you do your job, and they're going to do their job. Number thing, especially.
Absolutely.
Oh, geez, he almost hurt himself there. That's a foul throw, and they don't call it anymore. A throw-in has to be taken. A legal throw-in is within playing distance of the touchline, like he was right there. He was in playing distance of the touchline. When you stand way back and throw it like that, that's a foul throw. But certain things have changed from the olden days.
I think you're right, Coach. Majority of the fan base won't be pleased with the results, or maybe even the quality of what they've seen from the team, but more so about the results. I think a lot of them expected minimum four goals to be scored on tonight's occasion. So I think there'll be plenty of disgruntled fans.
Oh yeah. So it looks at we're at 88th minute, and it's a throw into Jamaica. And you saw Jamaica just attacking up that left wing. They had several opportunities come bring that out and switch the point of attack, but it chose to go back into the pressure time and time again. What you want to do is move your opponents, move the defense. Now this ball should go right in the middle of the air, right across that 6-yard box. It's just a short field. Holgate has the ability to do that. He throws it, and it's a little high, and it's won by a yellow shirt. And a foul against Jamaica. Latabadir fouls because he played the man and not the ball on that half clearance. And you see Marin Gorin standing up doing a lot of the coaching. Here comes Mr. McLaren now. Now, if you're Jamaica, you want to say compact. The 3, 4, 5 goals is gone. Win the match. Don't let one slip in here for BVI. This is a very dangerous foray for BVI. Look like they got a long throw coming up. Look at the number of yellow shirts going into the area. Look like the rain has stopped. I don't see any drops hitting the puddles. And here come the long throw. Who wins this? Green shirt, red shirt? Green shirt. It's a little short. Boom. And Jamaica had all 11 back defending. But like you observed, we looked a little more dangerous with Leon Bailey and Romario Williams in there.
Yes, definitely.
Now Jamaica, can they? Leon Bailey gets dispossessed. Leon Bailey now wins it back. See, Leon Bailey, once again, Leon Bailey could have touched it inside and then made the run. You understand? But instead, he took on the defenders. Watch this right here. Touch it inside to your teammate. Instead, he's taking on a tackle unnecessarily. Oh, look at Latabadere, a little extracurricular activity. Lambakisa. Nice work, Jamaica. But you saw Williams was going forward before the pass was complete. Once again, too much individual effort from Jamaica, not enough teamwork, and we need team play. 5 minutes of added time. We're into the 91st minute, 5 minutes added time. Jamaica 1, Virgin Island 0. Jamaica has not been able to put this team away with a couple more goals. It is Damian Lowe hasn't called his name in a while. Ball over the top. It should have been a ball over the top. Look like Jamaica's content to run some clock. As you see, Jamaica's just running clock. They're not going with the long ball. Just going to the midfield and back out to the wing. It looked like Steve McLaren is giving us some instruction here. What is the instruction? Here's Lowe. Normally he'd bang this to the forward line. But like I said, it looked like they're running clock. Jamaica content with the 1-0 victory, running this clock out. But you got to be careful. No mistakes here. Any mistakes, any turnover. See, normally Jamaica would have gone long ball several times here, but they're not doing that. So the coaching staff has told us to run clock. And now you'll see BVI start to extend their attack a little more. And for the last 3 minutes here, to see if they can snatch one. And here's the long ball. Second ball, BVI wins it. Third ball, BVI wins it. Now Jamaica with the steal. Here's Bailey. Go on that goal. Bailey. He's still open. Instead of Williams giving it to him, Williams tries to shoot again. And Williams has to give that ball back to Bailey.
Thank you.
You see the defending there. You can't be so handsy. You have to be able to defend there without being so handsy. Why do you have to put your hand? Defend close and tight without putting your hands on their shoulders and grabbing on their hips and all that. Look at this, hands up top. Why are you grabbing the shoulder? As soon as, because Crystal, when I teach my players, as soon as they put their hand on the shoulder, go down. Big, strong man like that shouldn't go down from a touch on the shoulder like that, right? But it looks like as soon as you put it there, it looks like that. Now, here's the danger for Jamaica. Set piece outside the area. In a 1-0 game in the 94th minute. BVI delivers it. One yellow shirt and one green shirt wins it, and it's a foul against the yellow shirt. And Jamaica dodges a bullet right here. With like a minute and 10 seconds left in this one, 15 seconds left in this one. And Jamaica with possession. As we come up on the final minute of this CONCACAF qualifier, World Cup qualifier with a minute less than a minute. BVI has a chance. Lob into the area and goes out for a throw-in for Jamaica. Poor execution and quality from the BVI winger, who really should have launched that into the box on top of the area. And Jamaica taking their time. 4:24, 4:25 into stoppage time. And Jamaica now switches point of attack. They need to, instead, it's long ball forward. BVI wins the second ball. Jamaica now in possession. Bailey on the wing. Bailey has a teammate and he gives it to him. Busy Atkins. Atkinson tried to nutmeg the guy. Try to bust him on salad. You see that, Crystal?
Now, I think you're a little bit ahead of me.
Okay,
Just
yeah. Yeah, a little cheeky play from Mr. Atkinson. Try to, I would prefer a solid play, get the ball back to Bailey or take it on a run down the wing. And that's the end of this.
That's the end of that.
Match is over. Finished. Final.
Nil.
Jamaica 1, BVI 0, and Jamaica lackluster performance, but get the victory regardless. Warner Brown scores in the 17th minute for Jamaica, and Jamaica, I don't know what to say, man. It was not the performance everyone was expecting for the caliber of teams, but it shows that Jamaica does not know how to play organized football. The players are too new. They're not familiar enough with each other. And there's still, that doubt that creeps in when you're not familiar with somebody. So you can't play at a higher rate of play. Everything is slower. And I think you have to think about, everything is, and in football, you can't play higher unless you're just flowing. So there's too much thinking going on. And this is a result. But Crystal, your thoughts? I mean, it's a 1-0 victory. And as a table, have they corrected the table yet?
The table, got a table right in front of you, so you can see there 3 goals, three games played across the board. Of course, the top 2 goes through to the next round. Out in front, we currently sit on 9 points apiece with Guatemala. Guatemala edges us out with a superior goal difference so far of 11, whereas Jamaica have 3. Next up, we actually have Guatemala on Tuesday on home, so it'd be interesting to see how that one pans out. And we just should not be losing that game, to put it lightly. We should just not be losing that game against Guatemala. They probably were watching this one. Likewise, the boys probably watched their game last night. Not a flattering scoreline by any stretch of the imagination, but I think it's fair to say that the gaffer, again, you can say he succumbed to pressure pertaining to a couple of the players there that he started, but it's safe to say that few of the players who came on in the second 45 made somewhat of a positive impact on the game, irrespective of not being able to double the lead. So again, to reiterate, Leon Bailey coming on and also Romario Williams as well. Not the scoreline, like I said, that many of us would have had in mind. 1-0. It's a narrow win for Jamaica, but take nothing away from our hosts, the British Virgin Islands. They currently still sit rock bottom of the Group E there, where the CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers are concerned. But I think they held their own. I think they stood up and took accountability into their own hands. As I said at the first half of the show, the first couple of minutes into the show, based on observation, and I think it echoes the second 45, is that they wanted to sniff out danger. They were not in the mood for an embarrassing scoreline. Coming into the game, they came in on the back end. Over the last 5 games, they came in to tonight's match with only 1 draw in their back pocket, and the rest of those results ended in a loss. And fair play to them, because we look back at a couple of those games against Dominica. Dominica put 3 past them. St. Vincent and the Grenadines only scored 1, and of course they drew that game. Dominican Republic put 4 past them. Guatemala put 3 past them. Puerto Rico put 3 past them, and they were able to score 1 against Puerto Rico. So it is probably for them a well-deserved and a respectable scoreline, because you've heard the rest of the results there that I read out to you. It could have been minimum 4 goals scored by Jamaica. Not sure what you make of that, Coach Acosta.
Yeah, you're spot on with that analysis right there. But I mean, they're showing the replays now of the match replays, and BVI had a couple of opportunities to score. This could have been we could have been having a different conversation. Did Damian Lowe get nutmegged right there? Oh my goodness! Please don't tell me. We're gonna see a better BVI. Right? Choops! You remember that play where I was mad at Damian Lowe for not tackling and getting beat right in front of
Mm.
the shot went low to Jamaican goalkeepers Blakey's. Once again, the high replays are coming in. Romario Williams had a couple times to set up Leon Bailey for a nice finish here. Bailey's in position. All he has to do is square the ball to Bailey, and when he goes begging at the far post. You know,
Mm.
and people don't understand that. Do you, as a player, do you make your team better? And Romario Williams, who's not a first choice forward, you understand? If there are
Yes.
other short forwards available, they'll choose him before him for Jamaica. He has in matches like this, he has to be selfless, But and when his time come, like when he hit the post, take your chances, right? But that I just showed a replay of Leon Bailey wide open. All he has to do is slip it to the Bailey, and he had the opportunity and the angle to do that for a tapping goal for Leon Bailey. But he decided to shoot on goal himself and try to beat the defender and the goalkeeper when all Leon Bailey had a wide open sitter. So it goes to show that you now have to make, instead of saying, okay, let me show how selfish are and set up Bailey and we score a goal and it's 2-0 or whatever. And the next round of they're going to choose me because
Yeah.
if we come up against a bunker team, I provide X, Y, and V, attributes. And so I mean, some of these players they think they have to score goals to be impressive for coaches on other teams. To like no, a coach going to look at you with a coach's eye and look at your decision making, and was it a
Yeah.
selfish decision or was it the right? I'm still trying to see if I'm sure the replay again if them nutmeg my guy Damian Lowe. See, watch
Did
this.
he
Look
get
at that.
knocked?
Look at Bailey. Look at Bailey. Just slip it to Bailey right there. Mm-mm-mm. Anyway, so Crystal, I mean, once again, thank, thank Father God, thank for the victory for Jamaica. Look up Jamaica, we needed it because it'd been disaster if we didn't get this victory. 1-0. You
Hmm.
know, lots of questions have to be asked. They have to answer a lot of questions about this one right here. You know, how slow and methodically we played. Weren't you prepared for the low block, coach? You should. This is a question I want to ask in the press conference afterwards, right? And things like that. Pertinent questions. Uh, you know. So
Why do you think that is though? Because I'm taking a look at the comment section, and a couple of people are saying that we were very lackluster. That's not the first comment that I've seen where the guys in the comment section have said that we look lackluster. Why do you think that is?
because when you're not comfortable playing with a certain way and style, because players are new, or there's no real system of play with tenants and rules and say and these okay, there are certain patterns of play, Crystal, that happen on the field, right? Say for
Yeah.
instance the goalkeeper rolls it out to the left back and then the midfielder shows and the wild winger shows as well as one of the center backs and combinations are played. You on the training ground you go over the different variations of that and you put pressure from and to make them understand how to build that up there to break that first line of attack. And then no, the second line in the midfield line, the same thing. You go over the same patterns of play. Now, and then up to the forward line now, you see it in every professional team in England or wherever and the top teams in the world, they play a certain way as far as when they attack a team.
Yeah.
It's nothing new. The ball goes out to the wing. Oh, you see the cross getting ready to come in, everybody getting in position, everybody boom, boom, boom. Oh, you see, we don't have that. We don't have the
Yeah.
patterns of play, train and practice and things like that. All we have is individual effort, and we can't do that. And if you are a person, I have to understand that when I used to coach against really good teams that give us problems, is the fact that they are good, well-coached teams attack us and is dangerous in all three phases of football, which
Yeah.
means the build up on the ground, break us down, and get shots on goal. The other
Yeah.
one is counterattack. We defend them, get the ball, boom, boom, and then they counterattack us, try to go. And the third is set pieces.
Yeah.
Understand? Corner kicks, free kicks, whatever. And it is the fourth is individual effort. A man just take a ball, steal a ball, and dribble everybody and go score. You understand that? But a consistent team that's dangerous scores in all levels. They're always dangerous, always attacking, no matter where the ball is, and they practice that. They've practiced the patterns of play when the ball is in a certain position. And a lot
Yeah,
of
they
people,
don't. They're like Energizer bunnies.
yeah, but they automatically know what to do with the ball once they're in a certain
Yeah.
area. We in
Yeah.
Jamaica know we hang on. We have a turnover in our defense, and we take 3, 4, and 5 touches while their defense drops and get back their defensive shape. Instead of we
Yeah.
just pinging it out, not the ball out, and we're attacking them while they're not a shit. So now they're what's called a retreating defense. They're running back towards their own goal rather than an attack, what I call an attacking defense, where they're able to stop, turn and face, and then come back and deal with the threat, which is a
Yeah.
big different, So
What would you have done differently? Let me just bring up a comment here. Night Rider, God bless you. Thank you so much for rocking with me tonight. I aim to go for 3 hours and we've surpassed 3 hours, and you guys know the reason. There is a delay before kickoff. So thank you guys so much. I'm so glad that I didn't bore you to death. And also thank you to the lovely Coach Acosta for joining me for the second 45. You guys in the comment section, you were here, 100 plus of you. I can't remember the highest view count, but nevertheless, thank you so much for hitting the like button. The fastest live stream I've ever done where I hit 100 likes before full time. So thank you guys so much for your love. It does not go unnoticed. Okay, big up yourselves. Back to Coach Acosta. What would you have done differently if you were Steve McLaren?
well, of course, I would have started Romario Williams up top, big, strong target man, or I would have included Mothersill if he was available into this camp and the starting line, because especially against the next team, Guatemala, which is a lot of small players, but it is quick and organized. But anyway, I would have went direct. I'm lobbing balls into the air. As a defense, have to deal with it. But it's the second ball that concerns me. The Jamaicans were not going in position. You send the ball to the center forward. He either can flick it on to the wingers or whatever, or hold it up and then knock it back to the midfielders coming through and then combination. Or so what we got was lackluster, predictable attacking, and they didn't have the combinations that was available to them to break down British Virgin Islands. So what we got was this slow paced, lethargic thing with just now and then every ball coming. Because if you play defense on top of your area, they call 50-50 balls for a reason.
Yeah.
You're gonna win 50, they're gonna win. But it's the second ball that I'm looking at. And BVI was faster to them and quicker to 90% of them. And they were winning 90% of the second balls. Because I seen the Jamaican front line. It's 4 of them, 4 forwards running, nobody hanging back. No midfielders coming through, say, so if I have clearance at BVI, you lob the ball to the top of the area and they win it with a little half clearance, head it back. You're there to clean up and do something. We had none of that. So we were not prepared to play this team. I would have went target man straight, good old English football back in the day.
Yeah.
Straight target man, flicking onto this and flicking onto that, holding up play, and next you go through, cross squaring the ball, and just bombard them area.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and this is just a question. It's not a fact, but do you think that because again, take nothing away from BVI's performance, they could have easily pegged us back, and we could be sat here talking about sharing the points with them, because you could see the clear desire and determination from them throughout that full 90. Do you think that subconsciously we go up against certain oppositions and we kind of think that we've already won the game because they're known as the lesser nation to ourselves?
Yes, that's only human nature, because BVI is bottom of the table, ranked 100 and whatever, out of sight in the rankings, things like that. So we it's just human nature not to be worried about them. But as a coach, you have to say, number one, you have to respect your opponent, regardless who they are. Go out and take care of business. We have to go and put in 3 goals in the first 10 minutes to put our stamp on this match and make sure we kill it off already. And then we can't start to pile on. But we didn't do that. You know, we were, and then the selfishness of these players. I didn't like how Romario Williams. You're coming to play a role. You have to play your role. You have to set up the ball of them. You have to set up Damari Gray, Leon Bailey, Russ. Any that's your job to set them up and things like
Yeah.
that. So the proper instructions weren't given, the proper tactics weren't used, and then once again, the proper lineup wasn't made from the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting that you touched on the lineup. I'm gonna piggyback on that. What do you make of the inclusion there of having Damien Lowe and Jonathan Russell in midfield?
That did not work. It did not work because once again, if you're playing Canada, who is attacking you and allowing you to attack them, and Damien Lowe's a thief in that midfield, stealing the ball and giving the ball. Yeah, because they're attacking us. They're out. The opponent's out of shape. This one, they're back. They're not going nowhere. They're low blocking us. They're not going anywhere. So you really don't, and they're not
Attacking them.
Yeah. So you're not the turnovers and the transitions were not there at any high number. So I'm just saying Ravel Morris should have been there. Now what happens is when you have a skillful midfielder right there right now, and you have your four defenders and four midfielders, you're blocking, and you understand. But all of a sudden, somebody just dribble around two of them, and you destroys the defense because once you break the midfield line, somebody has to and you go out dribble towards the back line. Somebody has to come out of this shape to deal with you, which frees up opportunities now for your forward players and wingers. We weren't getting none of that because there's no magic, nothing special in the midfield. Even Casey Palmer came in and did a better job with that. But once again, your observation about Leon Bailey and Williams coming on, the energy and the attacking picked up, it was spot on.
Yeah, you can see the energy, like almost instantly. You can see there's an uplifting of energy there. Again, I can see why they didn't start, and maybe that's the coach going with his heart rather than his head, or versa. But then again, if he had started Leon Bailey, and who's to tell, you could have started Leon Bailey and also Romario Williams, and it could not have come to nothing, really and truly, because we have seen questionable performances from both in the past, right? So there's probably not too much to weigh into that, but on a positive note, you can say that was a good and timely substitution, even though it didn't, materialize in the goals that some of us were looking for.
Yes, yeah. So I like I said, I mean, it's very disappointing. This is not the performance we were looking for. This is not the lineup. This is not the tactics necessary to beat a low block team like this. And just if Crystal, you have to understand, if all you're doing is defending, the aerial balls coming in, crosses coming in, and as a defense, you get tired. But when you slow it down and the back three of Jamaica are just knocking it back and forth, not attacking them have time to rest. There's no pressure on them.
No pressure.
No pressure. So then they can't hang on. Thank God for the one goal.
I don't think this I am imagining that I'm sure Ryan's gonna be doing if he hasn't already started it
he sent me the link already. He wants me to come on.
Yes, so I'm going to let you go in a short while because I know they're going to absolutely slaughter him, and that is Steve McLaren for this what they will see as a negative victory. And
because it looks like a regression from the Unity Cup.
I was thinking that it's almost as if you read my mind. It's not the same performance there. Even the intensity different compared to what we saw in the Unity Cup. And I was expecting more of the same, given the front three that started.
Yeah.
Given the front three, I was expecting with the addition of obviously of Warner Brown, the goal scorer, I was expecting seeing more of the same, if not better. Because it's two different occasions that we're playing with, isn't it?
Yeah, but once those wingers and forwards didn't have the space. See, Cephas' game is to run in behind people, lobs over the top, lobs his feet, dribble man, take him on. And once you eliminate those, because you're double teaming them, flooding the zone with defenders and things like that. Once you have that low block and you're showing them you're not going to give them a space, those players become not as effective as normally. So you should know. We talked about that they're going to do a low block. What is your lineup for a low block, and make your decisions based on that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's quite an intriguing one. I won't take up too much of your time because I do appreciate the fact that I've temporarily borrowed you from Mr. Ryan Jackson. I really had to beg him. I was like, please, can you ask Coach DaCosta if he can come and talk about Boza for me? So I appreciate you doing way more than what I initially anticipated. So thank you so much for blessing me for a moment of your time. What's your closing remarks, or where can people find you? Are you on social media? How can people keep get in touch with you?
Oh, I'm easy on Instagram. I'm Coach_DaCosta. So,
Coach underscore
so I'm
Costa.
looking for your follow first, Crystal. I want to see your follow first. And
Yeah,
my closing
I
remarks. Go ahead.
I need to actually find you because I don't even have you on my Instagram. Let me go and find you now.
Yeah,
Let's see.
Coach_DaCosta. Very easy.
Let me see. Coach. Let me go and find you underscore the cost. Coach underscore the Costa. Followed you.
All right, there you go. Ah, there you go. Talawa TV has requested to follow you. See that?
Thank you so much, Coach.
Also,
I'm
as my last thought, right? Jamaica, once again, the biggest problem with Jamaica, we don't have our own system of play. If you say Spain, you say Italy, you say Germany, you automatically can see how they play, right? What happens
absolutely.
is Jamaica, and I've said this, Jamaica needs to adopt the English system.
Mhm.
We're using English-based players, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's easier to integrate the Jamaicans into the English system than to try to get a whole new thing. We try to be the Brazilians, we try to be the whatever, and we can't, we can't be that. We have to be ourselves. So if we do the English system with certain tweaks.
But what's the difference there to before you go? What's the difference to avoid any confusion? What's the difference between the English way of doing things and the Jamaican way of doing?
Well, look, let's use Italy first. Italy is defend first. Everybody know Italy have world-class defenders. Italy defend you, then they counterattack you and things like that. It's ingrained in them. Germany, they're like machines. The ball is moving, knock. You understand that? And when they need some skill, they have one or two up top, maybe, and a wing can do some skill like that. So the Spanish know all skill, all position. Everybody can dribble, everybody can pass, everybody, and they beat you with a tiki-taka and things like that.
Yeah,
No,
classic.
good English football now, right? You see, imagine the best Manchester United team, the best Liverpool
Yeah.
team, the best and you see them moving that ball and knocking the ball, and where the combinations happen and things like that, and what is considered good football as they attack people, and that's the English system. They English. Once again, English national team. That's how Jamaica is supposed to play like, because until we develop our own way.
Oh, that's again, you're giving me food for thought. You're giving me plenty to consider. So I appreciate it. Learn a lot from actually speaking to an actual coach rather than just using my own brain. So I appreciate your knowledge.
All right. Well, thank you, Crystal, for having me on. I really appreciate that.
It's my pleasure.
Anytime you want me, come on, let me know, right? Send a link.
I will. Thank you so much, Coach. This is the link here, guys, for Ryan's current live stream. Is live. Coach Acosta is going to make his way over there. I'm also going to be tuning in. I'm not sure if I can jump on because I actually need to go and do some stuff my end, but I'm going to be tuning in. So I'm going to be closing off shortly. I'm just going to do my final thoughts. So Coach Acosta, they can find you on social media, and they could also catch up with you over on Elite Sports TV. Thank you so much for blessing me with a moment of your time. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening.
All right. Have a great evening.
You too, sir. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, guys, I think I've got something in my eye. I'm not sure how I managed to do that, but I definitely have something in my eye. Saying that to say, I'm going to be closing off in a matter of seconds. That link there takes you to Ryan's channel, Elite Sports TV. I've just checked and he is live. So you can go over there and take in the post-match conversation there with Elite Sports TV and his subscribers. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm gonna bring that back up on screen for you guys so you can see there, just to close off, the Reggae Boyz defeated BVI, that's the British Virgin Islands, 1-0 in our quest to qualify for the FIFA Men's 2026 World Cup taking place across 3 host nations. So those host nations are, to reiterate, Mexico, Canada, and also the United States. And this is how we're looking. It's back to the office, the National Stadium, and we'll be taking on the front runners in Group E, and that is Guatemala. You can see on the graphics there in front of you, we sit on 9 points apiece. Another game in store awaits between these 2 teams sitting at the top. Again, to remind you all, Guatemala have a goal difference of 11, where Jamaica have a goal difference of 3. Of course, we should be aiming to win. That is the aim that I would be going for. But to round it all up, just so we are all on the same page, at the conclusion, I should say, of the second round play, where each team play a total of 4 matches, 2 home and 2 away. The group winners, I should say, a bit of a tongue twister, and also the runners up. So that is 12 teams in total. They will progress to the 3rd and final round. Okay, so that is how we are looking. And you guys have definitely completed my weekend. You've made me so happy. Thank you guys for rocking with me for over 3 hours. I have so much to do before the clock hits 12. I'm hoping I can do it. Thank you so much to those of you who sat with me for the best part of 3+ hours. I asked you for 100 likes. You've gone ahead and given me 178 likes. You've also drummed up the subscribe button. Big up yourself. I think maybe 50+ of you subscribed to the channel, which again is a positive outcome. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your subscribe. So for your hitting the subscribe button, and also big ups to Knight Rider for his generosity there where the super chats are concerned. So you've made me a happy bunny. You've set the tone for my weekend, and you did so on last night's live stream, where I have finally entered the 5K club, and that is 5K subscribers in the bag. Next up, 6K subscribers in sight. Can we do it? Absolutely. Make your way over to Elite Sports TV and take in whatever Ryan Jackson and his co-hosts and panelists and the phone callers have to say. I'm sure it's going to be a magnificent one. If I don't see you between now and the rest of the weekend, I do hope that you have a smashing weekend. If you're making your way home or out and about, I do hope that you make it home safe and unharmed, because walking through your doors is an underrated blessing. If you haven't hit the like button, what are you waiting on? Do not be an enemy of progress. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and you know how it goes. Until next time, take care.
I'm John Barnes, and you're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.